Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, virtual fight fans. We are back. That is right. It is a Sunday night or an afternoon, depending on where you are in this world. We are back. ESFL 66. Ignore the banner at the top. That is incorrect. We are here, though, with a great card for you this evening, and I'm joined by two very lovely commentators in the booth this evening. Firstly, Mr. Kingsley, how are you doing tonight? Good, excellent. You should never be unable to not wait because ESFL is once a week, mate. So you know when it's coming. What's this nonsense? Well, I mean, I'm just kidding. Right, Big Stan, my man, how you doing tonight as well? Good to have you here, bud. Yeah, you weren't that bad last time. You were all right, mate. You were pretty good. You know, we thought good community feedback. You know. Oh, I've just realised you're both muted, so like I've just made an instant mistake. I'm gonna pretend like it doesn't matter. We'll just start all over again. Kingsley, good to have you here. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great. It's like deja vu all over again. I can't wait for this perfect night of fights. It's gonna be amazing.
Excellent.
No takebacks.
Right, and Mr. Topman Stan, good to have you here back in the booth, Stan. How are you tonight, mate?
Oh my god, I'm doing great, Balian. It's ecstatic to be back here, mate.
All right, perfect. Oh, I clearly haven't done this in like 6 weeks. All right, we are good to go. The first fight is ready. Let me just tell you who the headliner is tonight, because you guys, some of you probably don't check our Discord, which gets updated every single day. You know, the rankings are in there. If you're not in the Discord, get in there right now. You can see this early. Headlining the card tonight, we have a championship fight. It is PS4 this evening. Unibot is taking on Advader. Fantastic matchup. Unibot, classically one of the best competitors we have here in the ESFL. Advader looked unbeatable, went on like a 2-3 fight losing skid, and now he's worked his way back up to a title shot. So that is a fantastic fight in our main event. We've got 13 fights on the card tonight. We're going to work our way up there. Also on tonight, Egon Zars is here, Gorison is here, Rayhan is here, Punisher, man, he's up there, number 3 in the world right now. Epic Trolls is back, Scope MMA, 9 Iron George is in here as well. Lots of lovely people. Justin Jr.'s come back on in, so some great fights. But I mean, let me just ask you two, start with you, Kingsley. Anything stand out on the card for you tonight? Anything you're excited about?
Oh man, I'm super excited to see Scope MMA rebound from that previous loss that he has. I think that's gonna be a great matchup against Epic Trolls. Justin Jr., I really want to see if he can get that third win. And then the main event championship fight. If Avita X wins that main event fight and becomes the new champion, he'll be the first ever 2-time champion in season 2. So a lot of history in the making in this fight card.
Champ. And you, Stan, sorry, let me...
Just making sure everyone's done speaking. But my pick for the fight of the night, in my honest opinion, the one I'm looking forward to the most. I'm looking forward to them all. Don't get that wrong, but Unibon had Vita X. There's some bad blood spilled for that one, so I'm really looking forward to how that one plays out. It's personal with that one, so yeah.
It's always personal. Although it shouldn't be, it's a sport. All right, we're ready to go. First fight is ready. We've got Mr. God of Nugs. Now, he was supposed to be taken on the infallible Mr. JKL Mulligan, I believe, but apparently he no-showed this evening. His opponent not here tonight. So short notice, MTT guy is filling in right here, and you might notice on the card in the Discord, you'll see it says contract fight right here. This is an early prelim before our undercard this evening. We have an Xbox exclusive fight later on tonight, Motown taking on Warrior. But this is a contract fight. Now, this would have been to see who gets to stay in the ESFL. Obviously, we're bringing in new fighters all the time, and if you're gonna, stick around, you gotta perform well. You gotta get wins to stick around. God of Nugs was gonna fight for his job, but obviously, opponent didn't show up, boys. So automatically, I think he wins. So this is just a fun matchup to get us started.
What you do is just show up. That's half the battle sometimes when you go into these early
don't I know it, mate.
fights. So hopefully God of Nugs can put on a show since he's still in the ESFL. So hopefully he can put up a great showing.
I was wondering there. Sorry to interrupt if you're going to say anything there, Stan. I was wondering if he was actually going to press A then, because I was going to say he showed up, his opponent didn't. But now it doesn't even look like the other guy showed up. But we're good. We're good to go. First fight here, though. Now, God of Nugs right now, 1-3 in the ESFL, has fought here before. 1-3, not the best record, Stan. I don't know if you recall seeing God of Nugs fight before previously.
Yeah, he did fight Justin Dempsey, I recall, and that was Justin Dempsey's only loss. So I have seen him fight before. He's a great stand-up fighter. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Hopefully, he puts on another show for us, and props to him for showing up tonight.
Yeah, well, it's serious business, isn't it? You want to be careful. You want to make sure you get your lops, get your licks in, get your shots in when you can. But yeah, we'll see, man. I'm sure after this one we'll see God of Nugs back, win or lose. But apparently MTT or MTG is his mate, so this might be a little. You might have, you know, and don't say it's not a fixed fight, but apparently I've heard that they're mates. So maybe his mate will. I mean, to be honest, if his mate beats him, MTG, I don't want to call him his mate. Maybe Nugs is still going out. We don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Anyway, Isfel 66, guys. Good to be back with you here. First fight of the night. Touching them up. Let's go.
Yeah, and you can see the character selections. Nick Diaz, Usman in the blue corner. I mean, both guys that can really scrap. Usman has the advantage in the ground game, so it's going to be really interesting if they just keep it standing up or go to the ground.
Yeah, well, we've seen God of Nugs go Nick, as you said, so it's going to be interesting if he does decide to take it to the ground or keep it standing. But we all know his game plan. We all know that he's okay on the feet. He's no match against Nick.
Yeah, already down right there, MTT guy, and just spending way too much time standing still, planting his feet, making it easy for Nugs. But great job there getting that high crotch, that power double leg. But yeah, really just planting his feet right in the middle of the octagon, not moving. Threw a couple of shots off from standstill and trying to lead with that rear uppercut into that lead hook. But the 1-2 of Nugs just worked him over every single time there. So definitely MTT guy needs to make some adjustments if he comes back to the feet, because he cannot just stand still in front of Diaz. But got the full mount now, bam to half guard. Let's see what he can do with top position, because like you said, this is where he wants to be, Stan.
Yeah, we've seen him work the sweep there. So we're going to see what he can do from here. We don't know if he wants to actually grapple with Usman or if he wants to just get up. I do think his safe bet would to just be, you know, slowly just work his body, slowly work his way back to his feet. But yeah, you don't want to be grappling with an Usman, especially.
Ooh, beautiful.
Especially if he's on the ground. Oof.
Wouldn't be surprised if he denies two transitions from Nick Diaz and tries to go for a little bit of a submission attempt. Maybe try to go back to a half guard, maybe side control, and try to find that way where he could dismantle that submission. But rubber guard right here, Balin.
Yeah, grabbing that rubber guard. Lots of, you know, control options from here, sweep options as well as subs. Good job stacking though. MTT guy knows what he wants to do. Keep that forward pressure. Easy pass back into half guard. So holding this, I mean, he has already been dropped. It's going to be hard for him to win this round from this position unless he can really get some significant strikes off. So he's still got to think he's going to lose this round out. So some denies would help him. And Nye, beautiful, blocks the butterfly guard sweep into a nice elbow and tries to get the crucifix. Doesn't get it. Bump back to half guard. So God doing a good job just on the bottom here, staying calm, being defensive. Nice deny from the top as well. And all this is going to drain that stamina of MTT guy. Usman's great on top, but if Nugs can just keep working that stamina advantage, it's going to help him. Oh, triangle.
He basically... Ooh, great attempt. It's a 5-gate right here, but he's winning the major battle with these transitions, denying him, getting rid of the crucifix. Now he's in a great position with the submission, but Usman able to get out.
It's the end of the round here, so I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be too worried about Nick's guard. But if this does happen again in the next round, he really needs to watch out for that rubber guard and that triangle. Yeah. Because Nick subs are dangerous, and especially that cardio as well. So
that go-go
yeah,
plata.
we're going to see another round here.
Damn. All right, cool. I mean, MTG, I can't remember. I haven't got it written down anywhere, so I've got no bloody idea. But he started off a little slow right there, really being really flat-footed, just hanging out in the center of the octagon. Loads of 1-2s coming off. There was no big shots from Nugs. He wasn't plugging him with overhands. It was just 1-2s down the middle and catching the vulnerability windows that he was creating by just trying to plant with that rear uppercut, left hook, right hand. And that's going to get super predictable if he keeps going back to that.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why he got taken down is because he went for an overhand, and MTT was able to pivot away and get the takedown. So if he's able to just stay calm and find his strikes, he might be able to have the advantage in the stand-up game.
Ooh.
I really think that God of Nugs should just keep peppering, classic Diaz style. Because if he keeps throwing these these strikes where
Shame wrestling.
they're heavy strikes from the rear side.
Oh,
He's gonna
that
keep getting
stamina.
taken down. He doesn't want to be there. That stamina is really bad.
Oh, the lead body kick
Oh,
into the
oh,
rear
oh,
uppercut. Oh, two,
is
three of
bad.
them now, man. Oh, he's still in it somehow.
Oh my goodness.
Head health is still blinking, but he's not out yet. Got to do some work here as a recover guard. Control the posture, does it, but man, burn all the stamina out there. Switching from the single to the double against the cage. And yeah, man, lead body kick into a rear uppercut. Don't see it every day, but effective as heck, really, in that situation there.
That was just such a perfect sequence from God of Nugs. He was able to defend these driving takedowns. Like, look right there.
Oh, man.
Snatching. Down. Oh, submission attempt.
Beautiful job, man. This is a
This-
tight Kimura.
This
I mean,
is crazy.
he's got all this stamina right here. It's going to be real tough for the defensive, but he's pushing the left and right gates pretty nicely here. Going to try and secure
He's gonna
another
get
leg
it.
over. Yeah, cranking right up
Yes,
now. One
this is
more
over,
gate.
it's over.
There you go. Beautiful work. And it was
Great
off that
job.
takedown attempt. Hey, man, it's got to feel good for God of Nugs right there. Moves to 2-3 now. So getting another win in the ESFL. He's first in a while. Had to take out his buddy for it, apparently. But, yeah, MTG not showing too much in the way of offense there. Just a lot of pivots into those driving takedowns. And you'd like to see a little bit more of an offensive game from him. But there we go. We can see the Kimura finish. It was, well, you know, good reversal. It's the right move to go to, right, Kings, in that position?
I mean, he was getting hit with some driving takedowns, and he was able to get that submission attempt. So all his defensive sequences was perfect. He was able to deny all the transitions from Usman. So it was a perfect defensive game plan from God of Nugs. It was actually godlike from him.
I honestly think that it was the first round he got taken down, but that didn't matter. He didn't let that affect him too much. When it came to the second round, he had MTT panicking, shooting on him, and that's exactly what he wanted. When you're Nick Diaz and you're up against the cage, like when you're on your back, you just got to hold that deny button when they go for a driving takedown. You got no stamina, and he execute the submission perfectly. It was a great job by God of Nugs, and I was crazy for that to watch.
Yeah,
Good
nice.
to see back in the winning column.
Good to see him back in the winning column, getting a win in here. You know, fought for his job, secures it. Hopefully, give him someone else, you know, and maybe try and get another win and then move up a little bit, because at this point, you just got to put on good performances. And, you know, he didn't really make any major mistakes, I think, which is important too, that overhand. But again, if you're fighting an opponent that's pivoting out to the side all the time, you know, you're going to miss the big shots, and he wound that in.
Right.
Good defense against the cage as well. And yeah, just a good victory, I think, for God. Right. Second fight of the night. Moving on to the start of our undercard here. It is ESFL 66 tonight, guys. We have done 66, if not more. Well, we have done more at this stage, so good to keep the train rolling. And another PS4 card tonight. So we're going to kick it off with D Kraken taking on Tegen Infect right here. And these boys are picking up in the lightweight division. Don't see this that often anymore, really, lightweight, do we?
Yeah, it's been a very unusual aspect in Season 2, going to the lightweight division. And especially with I thought it was going to be a Diego Sanchez. I would love that because he's one of my favorite UFC fighters. But the fact that they're going to their Season 2 debut in the lightweight division, there's a tons of avenues where you could go with a character selection. So it's going to be really interesting where they go here, Stan.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of picks at lightweight. We've seen it before. My favorite fighter is Tony Ferguson. He's great all around. You got an art to use his wrestling, but Tegen Infect might be going with a Daniel Hooker pick here. I've seen him in the Discord chat before. I've seen him pick some crazy. He's gone with a Daniel Hooker pick, Balian. What crazy pick.
I mean, you got
against
that.
Tony
You got that
Ferguson.
range. You got that reach. You got them front kicks. If you can keep him on the outside and stuff the takedowns, you know, like. He's got some avenues and windows for victories that he can employ. I mean, Hooker's not got bad striking, you know, but it's really in these situations about not making any mistakes, fighting the right fight, clinching when you need to, staying at range, and definitely, like, even if you get shot on here and it goes to the ground, you got to get up quick, because Tony Ferguson's the type of fighter you can shoot a lazy single leg, sprawl on top of, and immediately get pulled into a half guard. So you do not want that. Got to keep the range, use those 1-2s from the outside, and hit the body with that straight as well to slow down Tony. And definitely, if you're fighting a Ferguson, don't go for the head. Chop up them legs, use those long legs of Hooker with some advantages right there.
Especially, there's that surprise factor because you don't usually see a Daniel Hooker pick in the ESFL. So there's that surprise factor, and you usually think if someone's going to pick an unusual character in the ESFL, they usually have a game plan going into this fight. I mean, we've seen it plenty of times before in previous fight cards.
Yeah, so Daniel Hooker does have well, he's great at Muay Thai, so he's got those knees and elbows. Tony Ferguson's got that 89 body strength, so we're gonna see if he's gonna target that body and maybe drag it out to the late rounds. But Daniel Hooker isn't too bad on the ground himself, so you can't sleep on his full guard game if this does go to the mat.
That is true. It's
If
not,
this does go to the mat, I do expect this Daniel Hooker to stand up, Ladian.
yeah,
Sorry
for
to
sure.
interrupt you.
No, I interrupted you. And there's the teep right against the cage already. We're going to see how this plays out. Here we go. D Kraken, Tegan Infect right here. Two guys who are doing okay. I mean, they've got big names in the PS4 community, but this is their debut for both of them. We'll just say that because we didn't say it earlier. And so we're going to see how they play. An early slip from Tegan on the outside. Lots of knees coming out. Flying knees as well. Got to be careful with that, especially their stamina is something we're going to watch against T-Ferg. But like I said, I'd like to see Tegan hit the legs early and hit that straight to the body, because if he's going to work the chin of Ferguson, it might be a long night for him.
Yeah, and you can see the game plan by D. He's going to the body, try to get some flashy kicks, flashy knees, but so far Tegan's able to weather the storm a little bit. He just needs to pivot out of those body kicks right there, and a knee connects.
So this is it's actually going how I might have thought it was done. So my point earlier was that Daniel Hooker had great knees, but I didn't expect to see any flying knees. But it looks like he's trying to set that up with a body knee. So he's using the body knees to set up the flying knee, which is quite smart but very risky business, because if he does get pull counted or slip straight, it could be night-night, and you do not want a Tony Ferguson on top of you if you do get knocked down, baby.
Yeah, mate. Night. You said it right there. You want to be careful of it. But I love this pressure that Kraken's applying right now. And he's nice and patient. Look at him start to step in and out. Stop to step in and out. If you're not going to fake, at least use your footwork to, throw off your offensive attack of your opponent. If you're going to go in a straight line forward, it gets easier to read. If you're in and out, using the footwork, just start to step in. It makes it a lot harder to know when you're going to come in and connect, and you're going to try and bait out some of that offense. And that's exactly what Kraken can do if he's trying to avoid those flying knees. The worst thing he can do is step right into range, go straight into one of them. And he's been able to block a lot of these recently. And there's a nice jab on the inside, planting that, beating that to the punch. Left hook to the body on the straight. And there we go, pivot out. Tegan needs more of this. The flying knee almost there right there. But that's a nice little put together combo. Working it. But again, like you said, Stan, he has to be careful spamming these same techniques, because they're going to get red on. Nice spinning elbow too. But there's a knee to the body.
What you said before, he's getting a little bit too predictable. I'm worried that Kraken's going to find a way to able to snuff that out, that pivot and then the flying knee, because he's been able to do that at least 3 times already in this first round. So he needs to watch out for that.
So I do think that he's getting very predictable here. So what he's throwing his knees, he's pivoting nice, but he needs to do something when he does pivot. If he goes for like a straight left hook, for example, when he does pivot, that's a vulnerability spot. He can get an easy rock off that. But what I do want to see from D Kraken is maybe clinch, because these flying knees, they can rock you off one hit. So we got to remember, Tony Ferguson's great submission offense. He's got a rolling knee from over and under. We're going to see if this does go to the second round. We're going to see if he does try to utilize that Vadian.
Yeah, for sure. I just realized my last stream of consciousness was muted because I was doing some behind the scenes overlay stuff. So don't worry, guys. I just spoke a really, really insightful bit of information about how the stand-up battle's going right now. But, you all missed it. These guys in the booth heard it. It was a good one. It was a good first round. I'd like to say it's competitive. I did mention when I was muted the pressure of Kraken really sort of dictating the pace of this fight. And yeah, he doesn't want to be stepping straight into range. Like you said, the knees are getting predictable, but he's obviously aware of that. He's stutter stepping in with his footwork. He's not going in a straight line with his offense. He's in out, testing to see what the strike will be coming back from Tegan, and then committing forward. And he's doing a good job of planting with the jab, snapping it out nice and quick, and mixing up his offense as well. But Tegan, like you said, if he pivots off, he needs to hit something more than that knee. He did a great job earlier, leading with a 3 to the body, and then the 2, a lot more body weight. He can't search for the chin if he wants to win this fight, because he's not going to get it. Round 2.
To your credit, the pressure was doing a lot of great stuff for Kraken, but for some reason he's losing the stamina bell now. And
beautiful,
crazy body kick right there.
That's what happens when you pivot, man. Straight into that lead body kick, nasty.
Yeah, it seems like he's got the timing down with the pivot, so Kraken's doing a little bit smarter with this pressure right here.
Oh, nice.
So this is turned into a crazy fight. These are the kind of fights I love, but these knees are getting very predictable.
Smart.
Ferguson's made a read. He's already pivoted into a body kick, and he's going for the knees. Now he's looking to take this to the ground. This is very smart game plan from Kraken, Dalian.
Yeah, I love that right there. Teep kick against the cage. Notice he's not backing off it, only going straight to the side. So shoot that single, no wasting the time, snatch it straight down, and yeah, take it where you have it advantage. We're going to see Kraken how his ground game is right here, because they're both 0-0 right now. Hits a Kimura already. Far side Kimura from this side control position. Going to see a three-way escape working top side and bottom here. That's almost out on the left, but no, nice defense trying to hit that right escape now, switching up, going back to the left, and I think that was a fade on the gate right there, looked like to me.
Yeah, it seems like it was just a misclick by Tony Ferguson. It seemed like he had the button, but it just wasn't able to get. But a nice side control forearms right here, Stan.
So I think we kind of knew it was going to end up mat at one point, but let's be honest, Daniel Hooker he's bad on the mat, but we know Tony Ferguson obviously outstats him on the ground. That was back to the
again! Right there with that liver shot, same side he landed that lead on, and now he switched southpaw, planted it and threw it with all the power off that rear leg. Trying to step into finish there, but Tegan's got no stamina right here. Man, yeah, barely gets his hand up to defend that flying knee, but these body shots are nice, and Tegan's actually in a knee battle, he's doing quite well here and there, trying to live with that lead hook. But yeah, we saw that right there. Head switch southpaw, and this time blasting that power shot to the liver off that rear leg. So dominating the ground game. Straight back up though, right there, and just working him over immediately with that body shot. He knows it's right there for him.
I can see the storyline playing out in the second round. I think the main moment in this fight is going to be a pivot. I think a pivot is going to dictate what happens in this next round, because I think if he goes for a flying knee, because Ferguson's body health and stamina, that's going to affect him a little bit much if he gets hit with another knee. And Tegan needs to watch out for those pivots and not drain that stamina.
Right there.
So Tony Ferguson has the higher altitude perk as well, but honestly, Kraken's won this second round. First was contested, but if he wants to win this fight, I think the safest option would be to take it down, because that's what Tony's at his best. Let's be honest, because that body health isn't looking the greatest, but this round was 2 third round, Alien.
Damn, son. He whiffed right there at the end and ate that uppercut. I thought that would rock him, but there we go, that lead body kick. Bam! Stepped straight through into it and followed straight with a nice right straight as well. Then hit the body with a lead hook, and there we see that far side Kimura. Nothing doing on that, but I really, really like the way that Draken is mixing this up. I don't know if it's Draken or D Kraken. Sorry for pronouncing your name wrong there, sir, but he's doing a great job mixing up. We saw a spinning elbow into an elbow. He got switch knees off that lead leg. He's throwing the lead body kick, and then he switched stances and threw the body kick off that southpaw. So he's really, really mixing up his arsenals of attack with T-Ferg, which he need to do. Not afraid to shoot that takedown. I'm trying to assess this as these guys making their debut, what we can look for from them. But like you said, man, yeah, I don't think Tegan's winning on the scorecards right now. He's got to finish him in this round, right, Kings?
Yeah, absolutely. I think D has been doing very great with Tony Ferguson. My main issue, you need to be smart in this third round. You're winning the fight. You can't risk any huge blows to the body, because your stamina is lower than his, even though you have a Tony Ferguson. So any little mistake could go to a knockdown, so you need to be careful.
That was beautiful.
I think it'll be a smart game plan for this Tony Ferguson to really take it to the ground. He's 2 rounds up here. Tegan is the one that needs to get the finish. So I think the smartest thing to do for Kraken would be just pop a few jabs, score some total strikes, and get this to the ground and ride the round out.
Man, Tegan's still being predictable with those knees, but he landed that lead hook straight to the body again, and these knees are coming up. Beautiful, man. Oh my God, the spinning elbow with the drop right there. I mean, his body health was flashing. I don't know if you saw it there for half a second. D Kraken's body health was hurt after all that work. That lead hook and straight was doing some work. So there's a shot for Tegan in this right now, especially if he keeps pivoting, keeps hitting that flying knee though, and he's doing a good job, man. Like we said, you don't want to hit T-Ferg in the head. He's been working that body all fight and getting it there, but he did just get dropped with a beautiful spinning elbow right there. I think we can just take a look here. The knee to the body, spinning elbow drops him right there after the pressure on that replay. But man, let's see what he can do. Got 3 minutes left. Oh my God.
See, oh, what a knee.
Oh.
I'm scared for both fighters. It seems like you just need to attack the body. Any of these knees is going to be the huge factor. A huge knee to the body by Tony Ferguson. But that stamina! Oh my goodness!
He's got it.
It's going to be it.
Oh my god, the elbow on top as well. Oh, there's a knee. That's it. No, he's going to recover. No, he's not. Oh my god. Beautiful work, man. What a comeback.
I had a feeling.
Crazy.
With that stamina that D needed to play a smart round, and it just seemed like those knees kept piling and piling on that damage, and you just see the final knee. I think after a pivot, was it a pivot that he threw the knee, and then it just collapsed the whole entire body.
Oh my god, he did a beautiful job. He landed that knee, stepped in. He landed that jump knee to the head, the switch jump knee to the head, which rocked him, stepped into the cage, left hook straight to the body, which has been landing all fight, and then an elbow up the top, brought the guard up, and then one more knee to the body to drop him. So it was a really nice combination of finishes, and purely cerebral there as well, you know, like no, blasting of buttons, completely free-flowing, conscious finish. Every strike was executed where he saw an opening for it. And obviously in that situation, you have time to think about it. You know, you're an ESFL, you're making your debut, the adrenaline's flowing. You got to rely on what you know, and that's what happened, man. He let that finishing combination go and got the finish when he got him rocked, man. You know, that's not always easy. He got dropped twice, and, you know, D Kraken unable to finish him, but Tegan gets the one rock, hurt enough, and gets it done.
To your point, Stan, I mean, the game plan should have been take Hooker down to the ground and try to like hold out for a unanimous decision, but he wanted to keep it standing up, and he just wasn't blocking the bite till it was too late. So just a lot of things that you could look back in this fight tape and figure out what you need to do next time when you get back in the ESFL.
Yeah, I mean, I said it from the beginning. I think it doesn't matter who you're fighting on the stand. You could be fighting CM Punk, and you can get stunned a couple times. I think because you're using Tony Ferguson, I think when you've rocked your opponent a few times, maybe a blast double, you're 2 rounds up. You need to play it safe. And the fact he was going for the finish, it makes the fight exciting for the viewers. But if you're looking to win the fight, the safest option is to take it down. That's what I would have done. I took him down, neutralizing you can't knee off your back. So yeah, you would have won the fight that way. But he paid for standing up with Tegan, and it was a good job. He worked the body the whole fight, and yeah, it paid off in the end.
I think that's a good assessment for sure. A good assessment, and man, that's a nice little fight. Very interesting. I'm glad we got 2 new, fresh-faced individuals to join the ranks, the roster right there. I thought it was good from both fighters, to be honest. I mean, I like D Kraken's offense, man. He mixed up nicely, but I mean, Tegan, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, there's a lot of different opinions on video games and competitive, you know, video games, and some people might look at the way Tegan performed and just think that it's a little spammy. You know, he was constantly looking for those knees, and, you know, that's something that it's obviously not an exploit, but, you know, it can be considered a little spammy to throw the same technique over and over again. But in a way, man, I mean, that's a powerful technique.
You have to be the other fighter.
Let me finish this. Let me finish this statement first. I don't want to interrupt you, but like, I mean, like, for one thing, you know, if you're playing Dan, what's his face, right? He has great knees, so why not use them? 2, the more you land the same strike, especially something like that, the more you almost infuriate your opponent, because they feel like, oh god, he's throwing it again and I'm still getting hit with it. I mean, I know it's coming and I'm still hitting me with it, and it kind of frustrates your opponent a little bit as well. Sorry, Kingsley, do you not think?
Well, my part of what I want to say is just, even though you see the same kind of attacks going towards you, you have to have the right sense of like, okay, if he's gonna keep on doing that, I'm just gonna have to block that part of the part of my body where I don't get attacked that much. Because if he would have just blocked the body, he would have been in good standing. So like, the person is spamming, you have to have the right type of mind where you're saying, okay, if you're going to keep on spamming, I'm going to take that away from you, and I'm going to make you do something else. I'm going to force you to get out of your comfort zone. And it just seemed like D never did that until it was too late.
This guy's name's interesting.
Yes,
No,
on the next fight. We're going to move on now. Good points all around, I think. There we go. Anyway, right, we're moving on to the next fight. Middleweight right now, and this looks great. We have Mr. No F's Given 10 taking on Dabiken. Now, Dabiken listed right here on my sheet, my information sheet, as 0-0. Now, I know that's not the case, but is this his PS4 debut for Dabiken right here?
I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully the guys in the back can let us know. But I'm excited to see what you can do with a Wanderlei Silva. What are you going to go say, Stan?
Oh no, I was just saying that on the fight card here, they're both 0-0, so they are indeed from these statistics.
Yeah,
They're
but
both
Dabikin's
0-0,
fought
so
before though, many times, right?
I think
Yeah, I think season 1 possibly.
No, doesn't
Season
Dabikin
one,
fight
and he just
before?
came
No.
over.
Okay, maybe I'm just maybe I'm wrong.
All crazy, you know.
It's late, Balin. It's late. I know you're paying, mate.
All right. Well, I need some confirmation in the back, please, to see if I'm being an idiot. Right. Anyway, great matchup. I mean, we see this matchup a lot. The pure aggressive, I'm going to run forward and throw infinite hooks at you with full power, and the stamina-based fighter trying to defend them the whole time. So Dabikin currently on Xbox, making his PlayStation debut. Yeah. Oh, I was too late and I'm tired. Is it, boys? No. He is currently 4-3 on the Xbox, and ranked number 3 in our ESFL rankings is Dabikin, who is playing Michael Bisping right here. Now he's taking on No F's Given, who is making his debut here. So we've got a new debuting guy in No F's Given in the red as Vanderlei, and over here in the blue, Dabikin, number 3 on the Xbox, making his PlayStation debut.
Yeah, you can see both guys fighting the phone booth, trying to figure out a way to get some punches in. And you see an overhand thrown by No F's Given. Seems like he's gonna use that more in his game plan, but he's getting pieced up right now, Stan.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, no, I think no F's really are given, because this guy is literally classic Vanderlei style, coming forward, swinging. Yeah, trying to get the tag clinch on the Bisping, and we all know that Vanderlei has power, so
yeah,
we're gonna see honestly if Dabikin can just work the body, because we all know that Bisping has great cardio and he has great volume striking, so we're gonna see if he can maybe drag it out to a decision. Let this Vanderlei gas, because this Vanderlei is literally swinging for the fence, trying to get the tag clinch, and everything's getting denied.
Stab
Canadian.
right on the outside of that right hand that came down the middle there. I mean, I like what both fighters are doing, really. They're both looking for these 4-punch combos, just where you have that little talk there. And No F's Given landed a beautiful knee to the body elbow, and then came in with a 3-2, and then over the top with an overhand. A nice slip there as well. But Dab is throwing 4-punch combos as well. Like you said, he's got to let the hands go, because he is playing Bisping. You have that stamina advantage, and you know your opponent's going to throw, so why not let these 4-punch combos go if you're in a safe position, and you know obviously they're going to land and not compromise you, because you're going to have the stamina, right? You're going to hopefully play this out. And there we go, 2 clinches denied by Dab, and then there we go, grabbing the over under and into the single collar now, and the leg sweep. This is very, very smart work by Dab. Why not take him down and get this top position?
Back of the fight, trying to see if his ground game is as good as his stand-up game, because both guys seem even kill in the stand-up game, so it's going to be really interesting what he does in the half guard right here, Stan.
Michael Bisping's really underrated on the ground, actually, and I think he has 89 top game, and Vanderlei is around 89 off the back, 80 off the back. So this is really it's really what balanced on the ground. So it was great work from Dabikin. He saw the leg grab opportunity from the tag clinch, he took it. Now, what I said before, he's got him in tag control. He's working his body with some knees. I think he's looking to drag it out to the later rounds of the Vanderlei, which is really smart, Balian.
Yeah, for sure. And like any time you want to take a fight late, one of the best things you can do is take your opponent down early, beat him up a little, do some damage, and get the stamina bar down on the ground, and then take it back to the feet when your opponent's already hurt a little, maybe a little gas. And right there we had a little sweep attempt negated, and again right there stuffed one more time. So all of these are going to add up. There we go, gets a single leg, which is going to get him up. Nice work right here into the full guard of Dab, who's got to spend a little time to recover that stamina right here, but does a great job denying after the pump fake, and now straight into an armbar. Beautiful work here. We'll see if he can get it. This is some good defense right here. Dab's advancing this, man. He's blocking these. He's going hard with the left and down.
He's going to have a shot.
4-way escape right here, pushing hard on the right. Doesn't get it. Now we're moving on to stage 3. He's got the top on the left-hand side. He's getting pushed, and there we go. Slipping out.
Close.
Good work.
1 split second away from getting the indication from the left stick, and it was just not there in time. Great escape opportunity by Bisping right there. Huge.
I honestly really like this playstyle from
Ooh.
Dabikin. This is exactly how I like to play. I like to mix it up, keep my opponent guessing. They don't know what I'm going to do next.
Ooh.
Now, No F's Given is he could be expecting a takedown now. He's fought the ground game. He knows that he's been taken down. He's been hit. He's been beat up a little bit. Now we're going to see if he can keep it standing and neutralize his stand-up he's using Vanderlei. So, yeah, Balian.
No F's given right there. He's doing a lot of covering up and blocking and just trying to land that knee and follow up with that elbow. He's doing a nice job. But Dab and this pressure, man. This jab of Dab is so beautiful, man. He's jabbing into the lead hook. Jabbing, leads with a straight that time and catches a check hook on the way in. But I do like
Great
Dab's pressure. He's constantly moving and it's constant aggression right here. But we'll see, man. I mean, he's up now. Is no F's given. This is his debut. And again, he gets the knee and the lead elbow. We're seeing a lot of knees landing tonight. I have noticed that online a little bit more of a meta. The knees are coming back into it. Oh, beautiful roundhouse. Planted that one too.
Oh, huge rock.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, you're right. Big right hand. Slightly behind for me right there. And
Oh, Mystic Mac again.
yeah, there we go.
Dangerous.
Just whiffed
That's
it on the
stamina, though.
outside. Yeah, stamina, man. Just got a little too heavy with that overhand to finish. But good rock, though. You're right, Kings.
Yeah, I mean, so far we've been getting a masterclass in striking right now because, like, it's been amazing combos, amazing slips right now, and just these combos are just doing so much damage to the faces.
But can No F's given keep this up for another 2 rounds? That's the question. Can he keep it up? Because Michael Bisping gets a stamina boost in rounds 3 to 5, and if this goes to the 3rd round, he's gonna get a stamina boost, and he's got level 5 marathoner and level 5 higher altitude. So, but if this does get dragged up, which I think Dabakan might do, but as you should against Vanderlei because he's just got pure power. I don't know if his cardio is the best, but he's got Michael Bisping, so I think he's going to definitely look to take this in later rounds and neutralize Vanderlei. We've seen his ground game. He can take it to the ground if he wants to. But I think he's going to look to stand it for a little bit and use his striking to set up his grappling, perhaps.
Yeah, one thing he has to be careful of is that big right hook from No F's given, man. He's throwing it, and, you know, if he throws a jab out there and tries to follow up with a second punch, that just leaves a big chamber for that big right hook over the top, and he caught him with it earlier. So Dab has to be careful, man. After that jab, he's going to look to time that right hand. So we'll see if he can land it. 1-2 into the full tie. Nice deny by Dab. Oh, look at that. Straight into a takedown. Nice sprawl, but that was cheeky, and Dab's still trying to mix it up right here. And a lot, both trading left hooks. Paul countering way too close there, though, Dab. And still trying to stick him back with a jab, but no, F's given there, not moving with the push into the overhand, doesn't get it, but ooh, there's a big right hand.
Oh,
yes.
my goodness!
Coming. Oh, the overhand! Dropping him there. Beautiful work. I mean, that is excellent timing right there.
Perfect timing doesn't stop because it's just an all-out brawl right now, Stan.
This is absolutely crazy. I do think Bisping needs a knockdown back. I think Dabakan needs that back to get the round. If he can get the knockdown back in and neutralize them on the ground, I think that should be what he should be doing right now. Because if he tries to set up that takedown with maybe a slip straight double leg or anything like that, he's going to get clipped because this Vanderlei Silva has no patterns whatsoever. I think when he throws the overhand, Dabakan should be going for the ankle pick because that's pretty much a free takedown. That's a full GA spike right there, Balian.
Ooh. Yeah, you're totally right, man. But this is where No F's given's trying to be. He's been. Oh, I love that right hand into the left hook. This is some Vanderlei work right here. Not many people chain hooks, and Vanderlei is so good at it. So 4-3, man. Just big damage right here. And oh, we're up against the left hook. Nice work. This is the persistence of Dabakan, man. Looking for the home to time those strikes, throwing the volume. And I was about to say, you know, No F's given sitting a lot more, you know, stationary and really just trying to block and then counter or trade punches because he knows he has a power advantage. And he's working that sprawl now. Knows the takedown might be coming. There's a lead body kick. And another one caught nicely. Left hook return right here. And the straight, double straight by Dab. You know he's going to look for something else, but there we go. He's got to be careful throwing because No F's given, like the name says, he is trading right now. He is throwing punches as Dab is trying to beat him to the punch or at least collide and crash into him because he knows he has that power advantage. Beautiful pull counter.
It's just been a crazy round. We still got like a 2-3 seconds left in this whole second round. It's just been a huge war. One little tell that No F's given has done, he's attacking the body and then he moves a little bit back and he's trying to launch those overhands to the perfect time. So he's swaying his character a little bit and he just did it right there. He's looking for that overhand to be the killing blow.
I think one thing I'd like to point out is that when No F's given goes for that side clinch and Dabakan does deny it, I think he needs to stop going for that double leg because it's been denied a couple of times now. I think he needs to go for an ankle pick, which is hard to, and he gets a takedown there.
Nice.
It's great work. Maybe you can hold him here, sneak in a few elbows, beat him up with knees. But I'd like to see him maybe slap on another submission real quick because we saw him advance to that
Oh, that
arm
had health.
Oh man.
And that stamina.
Speak of
oh, this could be
submissions,
trouble.
this could be it right here. I don't know if Bisping has anything from side control. No arm triangle, nothing, but it goes here. Surely he has something from postured up. Maybe Dab don't want that submission, working the body nicely with those elbows here. And Noef's Given's got to find a way out of this spot. You can't be too patient. You can't wait. There's a deny right here. This is real bad now. Dab fully postured up and raining these elbows, just constantly smashing that body. All of this is going to pay work, even if he does get back up, because that's health damage. And there we go into the full mount here. Not good. We do have an armbar on Bisping from postured up. Everybody does. We'll see if we can create a stamina difference right here and get it off. Oh my god, this is questionable defensive tactics right here.
Guys, I feel like this whole clock is on real time. It seems like I thought we would have been the third round already, but like this fight, this whole round has been so crazy. We saw like a whole entire fight in the second round right here.
Yeah, I mean, he's got him in top mount here, beating him up a little bit. This is what I wanted to see. Maybe take him down and beat him up a little bit. Maybe he's listening. Maybe he's got the stream loaded. He's listening to what I'm saying. But if he is, props to him, because what he's doing right now is absolutely working. He's neutralizing Noef's Given here. Noef's Given needs to get back to the feet, and he needs to make this ugly. He might be 2 rounds up, but I think that first round submission where he got to the last link, Dabican did. I think he might have stole the round. The second round was close, but Noef's Given got the knockdown. It's going to be extremely interesting to see how this plays out in the third round, because I don't know who's up on these scorecards, because this has been insane.
Yeah, as you said, he's trying to get up, but yeah, obviously at this point I think he's just going to survive the round out, which is a good job by Noef's Given. He's going to have another round to try and stop those takedowns. I mean, he sprawled a lot on him. He did defend a fair amount of takedowns right here, so we'll see how it goes into the next round. We could take a quick look at the highlight right here. I think we have that, oh, we ain't got time here because I got to do it, but there was the push. He whiffed on the overhand right there. There's the 1-4 falling short. You'll see him step in. There was a nice slip here. Just this round's getting started on the exit. Steps in, catching beautiful. It's not even the overhand, it's that haymaker, which comes out a little faster. Not many fighters have it. Vandy definitely does, and he's using it well. Oh! Big left hook right there. Oh my god. Beautifully timed. Caught him right and clean.
Anything is possible for both of these fighters. These fighters need to make sure they fight smartly. We saw in the last fight, when you be too careless, you get rocked with an absolute banger, and you get another banger.
Oh my god! Whiffed on that one and then caught with a straight, and there's a left hook to drop him right there. Dab coming forward right now, trying to turn up the pressure, but he's giving him time to recover. He's on full hit points, health, stamina. What am I saying? But the block's back up. This is crazy.
He's just launching those overhands. He's trying to get those knockout blows just instantaneously, but those knees are going to work benefits for him.
I think I don't think either man's trying to leave this to the judges. It's all out brawl. So I'm excited to see this, but I think Noef's Given his blocks really bad, so I think he's gonna have to be a bit careful that maybe utilize some head movement, but he really needs to be careful with that stamina and that block's low. If he's got no stamina with that block, all it takes is a jab straight rear head kick, or I would like to see Dabican utilize the jab lead hook straight, break that block up, and he just got knocked down. So yeah. I think Dabican might be heading ahead on these scorecards.
Oh my god, oh dear, oh god.
Nice.
Beautiful timing on that rear uppercut right there. Yeah, never mind, basically, never mind. I was going to say, it seemed like he was being a little too patient right there, clearly just waiting for the perfect moment to blast that big right hand or that haymaker again, and Dabican, as he did all fight, was just non-stop with that pressure, man. Just unrelenting coming forward, especially when he knew he had him hurt. We had a 1-2 body kick. The knee came back, but look at this, is waiting. 3-punch combination, still waiting. Left hook, rear uppercut, bam, to finish and chop him up there. So beautiful work by Dab. And again, showing up in his debut on PlayStation, man. That's definitely, as always, one to look out for. We know Dabican can, you know, beat the best. He has beat the best. He's number 3 currently in the rankings on Xbox, taking a quick swing in the PlayStation division. So watch out, people, because if you're a PlayStation player, you might have to fight him sooner than you think.
Yeah, and just to go on the point of that last round, it just seemed like no F's given. He was trying to go for so many home run hits. He was trying to go for the long ball, and Dabikin was just able to stay patient, able to get his combos out, while no F's given was just going for overhands, knees, and all these big shots. And it led to his detriment as he went for a body kick, and Dabikin able to do his combo, get that block gauge low, and just able to hit him with that uppercut to end everything. Just great patience by his part.
I think Kingsley pretty much summed up the fight. But I did like the fact that Dabikin did mix it up really well. He mixed up some takedowns in there, and he beat him up on the ground. Softened him up for that third round. It was all technical by Dabikin until that third round happened. But I do agree with Kingsley on the fact that no F's given was just looking for that one big punch. He was just trying to end it all, and he was trying to end it too quick, and he wasn't thinking about the second and third round. And I think that's why his health got so low, and that's how the fight ended. But it was an exciting fight, and it was a pleasure to watch it. I think it was a great fight by both. But I think the question is now is if Dabikin will go back to Xbox or if he's gonna stay on the PS4. I think it's gonna be an interesting couple of weeks for the matchmakers.
Well, not us then, so we'll be fine. All right, moving on to the next fight. We got the one and only Coco Creel Daddy coming in hot right here, taking on Psychedelics, I believe as you pronounce that.
Psychedelics?
Psychedelics with a Z, man.
Delix.
A Z on the end right there. We've got some sick beats in the background getting us ready for this one right here. Psychedelics, it's like a delicacy. Delicacy, right?
Ooh.
Psychedelicacy, right? No, is that not it? I like that though. You should stick with that. Look at this Tim Bosch pick, right? The Barbarian coming out here. Psych, just for you know, he's 1-1 right now in PS4. Creel Daddy, we've seen him fight before. I don't know if this is his Season 2 debut or if he is also coming over from Xbox, but he is here 0-0 right now, currently on PlayStation this season. We'll see what they go with. Jacare, that's meta right there, Kings. Am I not wrong?
Say that one more time.
That would be the meta pick at middleweight, Jacare, correct?
See Zachary Souza as the meta pick for the middleweight, but it seems like he's not going with it. It seems like he's gonna transition to another pick. It seems like they're gonna switch roles. So Zachary Souza for psychedelics, and Pablo Costa for Krill. That's interesting, Sam.
Oh man.
This is going to be interesting. Whenever there's a Paulo Costa pick involved, it's always interesting.
Yeah.
But I think Creel Daddy had a big. Oh
The mind games, the chess match.
Oh my god.
It's going to be an absolute barn burner.
Oh my god. Yeah, Paulo Costa, man, we saw him a lot, like early on in this game's release cycle in season 1. We saw Paulo a lot in middleweight because with that extra heavy hands perk, I believe it's heavy hands, he has like what 99 power or something. So he hits hard, man, with them hooks, and it's just very successful, really. Actually, when you think about it, a lot of people were with Paulo Costa, surprisingly in some situations, but like you said, bar burn, we're gonna get it on Creel Daddy in the red gloves right here, inside leg kick with the rock, man. I think he threw an overhand. I think that's why. Yep, I'm pretty sure he did because he landed that one.
We're just going straight into it, just like pure fighting with the leg kicks. Okay.
He's doing a great job blocking these.
Southpaw stance here for Creel. Oh my god, they're just trading the rear hands in the background.
Jeez.
Oh, another overhand lands right there.
Oh my god. Are we seeing Rock'em Sock'em Robots? Because that was my favorite game when I was a kid. It just seems like they just want to beat each other up, just pure in the face.
Ooh, nice check. After he got rocked the first time, nice adjustment right there.
I'm just refreshing my screen.
Okay, no worries. He's trying to slip early preemptively as Creel Daddy and land that straight left. Not getting it, but he keeps leading with the overhand. I mean, that can be good. That can surprise your opponent. Or you can just walk into anything. That's your maximum vulnerability window right there. If you're going to lead with an overhand, you better be sure to land it. So Creel Daddy needs to be careful doing that, but he's stepping in with it again. This is just going to be chaos. Anything could rock him if he gets caught early with it, but if he catches it right, man, I mean, Psychedelics could be eating something. There's a big right hand right there. The Rock is backing Creel up already. This is the first round. We're 2 minutes in, and already both fighters have been rocked several times.
It's just a home run derby, just overhands, big hits, trying to figure out if they can land that perfect shot. I think they just need to set up a little bit more. Attack the body, lead up with some jabs, then go in with a clinch, because it seems like you're being a little bit too predictable with the overhand. Just pretending like it was a jab a little bit.
Oh, double jab overhand. Beautiful right there. Cracks
There it is.
him and drops
That's the
him
setup.
right down. That's beautiful.
And another rock.
Oh my god. That's what we mean about sitting on the outside and planting
Wow.
those. He's so low. Oh, that's got to be it. But that's not it. Oh my god. The timing right
This
there.
fight.
Just jab, 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 jab into the overhand as well.
They just want to kill each other. This is just pure fighting, brawling. Like, what can you even say about this fight, Stan?
I questioned if it was going to be a technical fight when it first started.
Oof. Oh man, he's working that block.
Lost the mirror match. Oh, and another rock here. This is insane.
Oh my goodness,
Stamina,
man.
though, you need to be careful with that stamina.
He just doesn't care.
He gets slipstreamed.
Pressure Costa. That's his new name, Pressure Costa.
Honestly, I mean, it's so risky leading with the overhand from Creel Daddy. Like, literally, it's your first punch. He's doing it so much. But he has caught him with the overhand a few times doing it. So you've got to question that. There's that preemptive slip with that straight right there. He's been doing that a lot as well, looking for that. So Psychedelic just needs to relax here. Go back to those leg kicks, I think. There's a T. There we do. As I said, he looks like he's trying to reset a little. He knows that overhand's coming. Just keep your guard up. Don't walk in. Feint. Fake and feint. Throw your jab out there, then block. Know that that strike's coming and just bait some of these attacks out. Big right hand to finish the round.
It's credit. Just huge denial on those clinch attempts. I feel like if Pablo Costa in the red gloves got those clinch attempts, this would have been a whole different fight. So the fact that he's able to deny those benefits him so much going in the second round.
I don't see this and another rock. I can't even speak.
Oh.
Wow. Rocking each other. This is insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if Psychedelics can keep his distance, I doubt this will go to the mat. But if Creel Daddy misses an overhand, he can actually get an undeniable takedown off that. But I highly doubt. And another
Beautiful
knockout.
slip, straight, lead hook,
Insane, baby.
jab, gets the drop right there. I mean, that's all it needs. I mean, Creel Daddy needs to, one, stop leading with these huge strikes, man. He needs to set something up. Some fakes from both fighters would really, really help, but right now he doesn't need any, man. He knows what's happening. There's the little taunt as well.
The disrespect.
This could be the end right here, really telling them the pressure again. Plenty of time. He's denied every single one of them. And just those jabs are going to break the block right now. There's a straight on the wheel kick, man. Oh, going to the body too.
I have my binoculars out because I'm trying to see if there's a towel in the octagon. I just really want to see if there's a white towel. No.
Yeah, this is insane. This should be over. This should be over soon. Because Creel Daddy's throwing spinning heel kicks at this point. I think he's just trying to look for that one big punch. But he's been doing that all fight. It kind of reminds me of the last fight I was given, just looking for that one big punch, but he's not getting it. And he's got rocked again. And now.
Oh, that's it. Oh, beautiful work. Elevation change off that straight
Huge.
punch with the lead hook to the body. Throwing up with the right hand. There's the wheel kick attempt again. This is going to be it right here against the cage. Nowhere to go unless he pivots out. He's not going to be able to get off from here. Just still winging that overhand. Oh, there's another big right hand to the body. Jab, jab. Overhand's coming. We're still rolling the head. Nice work pulling that out. The body kick slamming in the side there as well. And he's still throwing. Oh, but not for much
Live by
longer.
the overhand, die by the overhand. That's his pure game, and he's living or dying by it.
Oh, there we go. Out cold. Good work.
Your watch has ended.
Beautiful fight right there, man. I mean, Psycha, their league's currently 1-1, moving to 2-1 this season, welcoming Creel Daddy in. Creel Daddy moving to 0-1 in his debut right there. We're going to see this whole finishing sequence right here. There was a drop right there. Straight lead hook to the body, jab straight up top, straight jab up top, and comes in with a big left hook right hand there. Boom. Great job to finish him. Just an accumulation of strikes. I really think it's, you know, oh my god, there's a lot to pick from that fight. You know, there's a lot to break down and to dissect, because, you know, Creel Daddy had this crazy tactic of just, I'm going to throw these overhands as my first strike. I'm going to lead with my rear overhand. And immediately, the first thing he did was do that, and then immediately got countered with that inside leg kick. And, you know, we see this a lot. You know, you've got someone with a lot of power. Yes, if you land the overhand, it's really good, but also you don't even need to land the overhand. You hit so hard anyway. You can just use your lead hook, your straight punch, strikes are a lot safer, a lot more consistent in their percentage of landing, and it's just, you know, we saw that in Psychedelics, really, who just kept up the bombardment, timed his strikes, only threw those 3-punch combos when he knew they would land, compared to Krill Daddy, who's, you're using a power striker, trying to land the power punch. It doesn't always work, you know?
Yeah, and the predictability of going for that overhand and another strike and then going to the clinch attempt. There was no clinch game at all because they were all getting denied by Psychedelics. So it just a huge, amazing game plan of just denying those, able to keep your stamina and just withstand the storm and barrages of Krill. And you know, it just happens like that. Once you go for a home run derby, you try to land those big shots.
I think that when I saw the Paulo Costa mirror match, I wasn't too surprised that someone was going to look for the one big strike. We saw that last match too, but I think, as Bailey said, there's a lot to pick out of this fight and dissect. But I think that before this fight even started, that Psychedelics was thinking about going in there and making a statement over an ESFL veteran like Krill Daddy, and I think he did just that. He was knocking down, taunting him. I think he made a massive statement, but it was a wild fight and it was a pleasure to watch. It was a great fight from both. Another barn burner. If these fights are like this all night, man, I would watch this 24/7. But we're on to
Yeah.
the next fight anyway,
Aw.
Valiant.
I would say go on to the next fight, but is it ready, or do I just not have the link for it because I don't see the next fight? It's supposed to be.
Ready? I will send you the link.
Thank you very
in
much.
Live notification.
Thank you. It's supposed to be, or it is then, in this case, Justin Jr. taking on Colton Moccasin. Yeah, both fighters 2-1 right now, both looking to move to 3-1, which is a pretty decent record to have in the ESFL. I mean, that's very respectable. 3-1, especially in this season. There's a lot of top hot competition out there, especially on PS4. So we're going to see if they can get it. What can you tell us about these fighters, Kings? Or Stan? I mean, I know you both know these guys quite well.
Oh, don't I know? I think this is gonna be a really great fight between these both guys. I think they're able to put on amazing fights. They have the credibility of winning their fights. Colton able to scrap with among the best of them, and then Justin Jr. He wants to prove that he's the best. So if he gets this win, he's gonna be moving up the ladder. So there's a lot of huge stakes riding in this fight, and I'm gonna be watching with very intent eyes. So I can't wait, Stan.
Yeah, so I think Colton, he's going with the Jacare pick. I'm pretty sure he grappled last time, but Justin, as Justin does, he was, you know, he's telling everyone he's going to be future ESFL champ. He has a bright future, has a lot of potential. He's a young kid. But he said he was going to come in here and make a statement over Colton in the Discord chat beforehand. So we're going to see him come out and do this. He made a very interesting pick with picking Romero. I think he's going to look to use that 97 power from Yoel Romero and test Jacare's 89 chin health for that. But it's going to be interesting if this does enter the clinch and in the jiu-jitsu department.
Yeah, good point. I mean, Yoel Romero is a great counter pick for Jacare. I mean, you could try and get under the inside. You can meet him power for power, and Jacare is pretty. You've got some big power in those hands, and you got good wrestling with Yoel Romero. Good takedown defense, which is being tested immediately right here because Colton already on the back. Now backpacking him right here, dragging him down. He's going to look to try. He's got that body triangle and the rear naked choke. This is two-stage right here. Poor Justin, man, coming in to make an example. Is that going to be it? Oh my God, it's over.
Oh my God.
It is over. It is over right there. Oh my goodness. I'll play back the highlight once it's captured. Poor Justin Jr., man, like you said, talking some smack and calling him out and gets choked and piggyback straight away right here. Look at this.
Man.
Stan, let me take the floor from here because, oh man, that was just amazing. You hate to see it happen for Justin Jr., but my goodness, that was beautiful from Colton. Just able to get that submission with Jacare Sosa. Amazing. Justin, you tried for you. Maybe you'll go back to the film tape, see what happened, but oof. Happened.
Oh man.
I think that the what we was talking about before, I think maybe the trash talk got the better of him. It puts more pressure on you. A lot of people don't understand. Like if you've never fought in the ESFL and you're watching this, if if you ever do want to compete, I think the best thing to do is to just stick to what you do and not try and be someone else you're not, because I think trash talking puts a lot more pressure on your shoulders, and a lot of people don't realize that until they do it. So I think there's a lot of mental stuff going into that, and I think if you do lose, it feels a lot worse than what it could have felt like. Do you understand what I'm saying? But yeah, it was a quick loss. There wasn't much to really recap on that fight. I think he just got his back taken and then he got choked out in under 30 seconds. So great stuff by Cole Macassin. He derailed the hype train of Justin Dempsey. It's going to be interesting to see what the future holds for him, and I hope Justin does come back and compete more, because it'd be a shame for him to stop now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you gotta take the losses and the wins, when you're coming up, because it will happen, especially when you're fighting the best in the world. But you said there's not a lot to unpack. I thought it was just I've seen people do that online consistently with Jacare. You can get some really, really quick rank wins if you can grab an over and under, swim straight to the back, and then lock in that two-stage submission. It's a quick way to finish fights. And, maybe you've never had it done to you before, or maybe you've just never seen it, but that is a real threat that Jacare has at all times. And, you got to, like you said, stay out the clinch. You were saying it in the build-up as we were zooming in on the two fighters, man, how it plays out in the clinch. Justin maybe just wasn't aware that if you let him get to that position, that was there for him. But yeah, definitely taking advantage of Jacare to the fullest extent right there, just locking it up. Not even that much of a stamina difference. Didn't really need to be one, because of the two-stage submission. And yeah, I don't know how much the trash talk played a factor. I really just think it was a case of just great execution of Colton, and Justin just maybe being unaware of how vulnerable you are in that position against Jacare.
That's what happens when you talk trash. I mean, when you talk trash, especially in Discord and especially to people in DMs, you gotta walk the walk sometimes. If you're gonna talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk. So when he gets his piece of humble pie, hopefully he gets to learn from that and be better as a person and as a fighter, go on further in the ESFLs. But
I don't think there's anything. He didn't talk that much. I mean, he could have won. He could have won. He could have lost. It goes either way. You want to talk trash, that's totally fine. Just talk about how he handles it now, if anything. But I don't think that really played into it that much, man. I just think he wasn't aware that Jacare could do that. And he can't, man. You can't let Jacare take your back. It will happen. Anyway, this next fight is good to go. They've just loaded in right there. Fokai is taking on Alpha Magic, the top of the undercard tonight. This is the Esports Fight League 66 this evening. If you've never seen a card before, thank you for joining us. Shout out to everyone who's watching on YouTube tonight as well. And yeah, thank you for sticking it out. We are on fight number 6. We have 7 more coming up for you. Still fighting tonight after these guys. Motown versus Warrior in the Xbox exclusive fight. Then we've got Epic Trolls taking on Scope. Punisher is here taking on Nine and George with a fight. Gorasan taking on Rayhan. Great fight there. Kiefer taking on Gonzalez. Pre-United taking on Swiss Learbags in the co-main event of the evening. And Unibot taking on Adavadax in the main event. But here we go, boys. Fokai taking on Alpha Magic. What do we know about these guys?
Fokai is 1-0 in the PS4 scene in the ESFL, so he's looking to build up and go 2-0 in the whole ranking division. Well, Alpha Magic, he's making his debut in season 2, so it'll be really interesting what he does in this featherweight division, especially with a Jose Aldo pick. I really like it.
Yeah, I don't know too much about these two fighters, but I know that Fokai is 1-0, as Kingsley said, and Alpha Magic's 0-0, so I think to make a big impact on your first few fights, you do need to make a big statement,
Man.
And I think featherweight's perfect for that, because Frankie Edgar has the cardio to do that. Doesn't get to utilize it because it's not 5 rounder, but I do think Jose Aldo is a smart pick for a 3 rounder.
Oh man,
but I'm gonna
a great takedown.
2 seconds.
Yeah, Showtime East was getting pieced up right there. He was getting caught swinging and missing short. Fokai doing a great job entering as Frankie, then just ducking out using that footwork, and Showtime was swinging and missing, hitting nothing but air. Readjusted, hit the switch to the body, then hit the knee, and then boom. Got Fokai then missed coming short and snatched that single leg up. So good adjustments by Showtime East there, noticing how, what's going wrong already. So seeing a fighter like that in his debut, already making adjustments this early in the fight, reading his opponent. Good work right here, and now he's in side control top. And now he's got that full mount and a deny coming off there. This is great.
Yeah, it's so great so far. I mean, he's staying patient. He's trying to pick his shots, and these denials are going to play a huge factor going through this whole fight. So the fact that he's able to do this a lot more, maybe go back to his side control and attack the body a little bit more, maybe that's going to affect him a little bit better in this situation.
Oh man, Showtime East looking good. Triple fakes on a Kimura, was it? A far side Kimura triple fake sub
I think
attempt
so, yeah.
to then get himself to posture, one elbow into the nice pass to side control, and now he's got him in turtle position here, or sprawl position, excuse me, and just going to work the body. But Fokai, nice timing, gets the over under. He's up, he's not over yet, and straight to the cage. Let's see what we can do with it here. But breaks, man. Got the grappling advantage, and he's breaking. Oh,
Yeah, I think he's just waiting for a reset, trying to fall back, trying to recap his game plan, trying to figure out what he can do in a stand-up game.
that was weird. Yeah, I mean, he's in and out right here as Fokai trying to land these 1-2s. So it's working from earlier, but you're seeing Showtime now really trying to cover and plant. Oh man, I'm loving this grappling that Showtime's employing. It's catching Fokai by surprise, surely, right here, because he's back in side control.
Yeah, again, just the skillful positioning of where he's going to go for the ankle pick. Just good setup and able to get back to the ground game where he seems most comfortable in throughout this whole round. So it's going to be really interesting if he tries to implement that in the future rounds going later in this fight.
Man, he is using the top game of Aldo very well. Fokai is doing a good job not taking too much damage and gets the get up. He has been able to get up both times. 30 seconds left in this round, but straight back in.
Another
man.
one.
Damn, these takedowns are going to secure him this round for sure right here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect game plan you want to do if you're Jose Aldo. Usually you want to attack the legs, take him to the ground, and figure out a way to just stifle your opponent and put him in his uncomfortable zone. So, great plan so far by Showtime.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And he made some good adjustments on the feet. He's really, you saw the second half of that round when we got back up after the initial takedown. He was being quite passive, planting his feet and looking to, you know, land his counters. So we'll see here as they come out for the second. If Fokai still going to start a step in and out because Showtime East was swinging and hitting nothing but air because Fokai was doing a great job right there, pull countering and stepping in and out. So let's see if Showtime continues to work those takedowns. Beautiful diamond on the double leg.
I mean, he might as well be DJ Khaled because that was another one. Another takedown going to the side control. Yeah, I went there. And we're going to the half guard, and it's been a perfect ground game fighting by Showtime East.
I do think this is a good idea, you know, taking Edgar down. It's something you won't expect. I think it's good to do the unexpected sometimes. It's good to mix it up. It's good to just keep your opponent guessing. A lot of people don't do that.
Again in the fall
But
now.
I do think it's a good game plan.
I mean, that's the fourth takedown he's secured already against Frankie Edgar. I mean, no small feat. Aldo doesn't have the best takedown stats. Great on the ground, but I don't think his takedown's too high. But it's the timing and the setup of all these takedowns have been great. And man, relentless ground and pound. Showtime East, man. This is his debut right here. He is looking phenomenal right here. Oh, good deny though.
But he needs to watch out here. I mean, he can't lose that stamina when he's in the bottom game. He needs to figure out a way to get back up and try to reset it.
We need a Grammy roll from that position. Double underhooks and then nice body lock, nicely secured.
Sweet.
Reversed by Aldo.
Dude, Showtime East, man, he is well versed on the mat, son. Stand up, he's been doing nice too, but he is really a good grappler. He's showcasing that right now.
I mean, we've seen the greats in the ESFL have a great ground game. We see a VX have a great ground game. We see Papa Doc have a great ground game. So he's on the path of being an ESFL great if he could put up a performance like this, especially if he's in the top game.
Yeah, so we see Fokai get the sweep there. So I think Showtime East, like if someone goes for that full guard transition from the guard position, they're expecting the momentum sweep. So I think sometimes they try and pre-deny it, and I think it's a good idea to go to backside. A lot of people have started doing that. I think as this game's matured a little bit, a lot of the fighters have learned more, and I think the IQ of the fighters has become greater, and we see Fokai get the side control here. Maybe work something back into a half guard maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he has a top position now. He's playing Frankie Edgar. He did initiate this grappling exchange. He took that nice body lock from that clinch position. So you got to think he's still confident enough to, you know, implement some kind of offense from a top game. But we'll see what he can do. He's got 30 seconds left, and this is real patient work from Showtime as well. He's double faked that now. Just landing some elbows, 15 seconds left. But I don't know who to give this round to, man. It was very competitive here. Lots of grappling, lots of groundwork, but it's turned into a good fight.
Yeah, excellent fight so far. I mean, we see very technical ground game. I think you have to give that round to Showtime Meats. I mean, the takedowns were just so key in that round. So I think Fokai needs to really go for it. If he's going to go for the takedown, he needs to go for it in the beginning and just try to control it, because I think you're down in scorecards.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the first round, but the second round, I do think Showtime Meats definitely got. He got the takedowns. He was working from side control. From the guard position, he got a few sweeps off, and that scores. So I do think he did get it. I think Fokai might, the control time might be competitive, but I just think that East did do a lot more on the ground. And this is getting interesting as we're on the feet for once.
Yeah,
lads, in the fight.
Some big, significant strikes landed by both fighters right here. Showtime East landing that switch double lead knee. Beautiful work, and yeah, the pressure right now from Fokai is doing a good job. Kind of get right on the inside right here, and you know he's looking for that pull counter too. If he can jab straight his way in, he's landed that nice and early. If he can get some big damage off with that, he can really start to hurt the head. Nice lead hook to the body here right now, and he's making Showtime do what he was doing at the start of this fight, which is swing and miss and hit air. The entrance and the exits of Fokai have been very good this fight, really using that footwork, and that's what he wants to do. Step in with these 4-punch combos and slip out. So Showtime's missing on the return, and beautiful work, man. Just when he's, taken, just when he was winning the stand-up, grabs the takedown as well to change it up.
Yeah, but so smart. He was able to stand back up knowing that he was winning the stand-up game. So he's taking this very much into consideration. He wants to keep up the pressure and keep winning stand-up game, because that's probably his only avenue to win this whole fight.
It does look like Fokai has a bit of the stamina advantage, as you'd expect against Jose Aldo, but East gets another takedown. This is going to be so big in the judges' eyes. I do think that Fokai needs to keep the pressure, needs to keep his back off the cage, just to not get taken down, because you can't get put up against a cage where there's no GA that way. But right now, let's forget that he needs to get back to his feet right now, because East is no slouch on the ground, as we've seen the past couple rounds. He's getting beat up on the ground. He's getting controlled and neutralized. He needs to find a way to get back to his feet. He needs to get his guard back and push off the hips and get up. But he's been put into side control here.
He has to try to go for a submission right here, right? Like, there's very little time left. He needs to do something drastic, especially in the ground game. So maybe he could try for a submission right here.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, those takedowns are added up. I think that's number 6 now. 1 minute left in this fight. Showtime East has really showed off a great ground game, doing damage as well as mixing up his fakes so he gets these nice positional transitions. But Fokai has been getting up every single time. Beautiful lead head kick right there. Didn't even change stance. Threw it from southpaw. Fokai trying to sit out and exit. Probably knew that the chain wrestling was coming and walked straight into that lead head kick. And now he's coming forward though, pushing the pressure, because Showtime's his stamina's down. 30 seconds like we said, but there's a switch knee. One more time.
Another one.
Beautiful run on the pipe in the single leg. Great work.
Realizing you do all this damage to Jose Aldo, and he comes up with a flying knee and just takes you down to the ground. How demoralizing is that?
Nice to know there, and Aldo's being put in the he's fight's ended. I didn't even realize the clock, lads. It's just, as I always, he's broke from the clinch, and yeah.
You can see the last 30 seconds right here in the highlights. Fokai really trying to push forward. He knows he's trying to get that win. He's down on the cards. Gets hit with that flying knee. Beautiful work, and then a single leg. It doesn't even transition when he hits the mat, just holds it. But pretty sure he secured the win with the sheer amount of takedowns there, guys.
30-27 for the winner by
3 rounds.
Unanimous.
Easy.
Jose.
Brilliant display of grappling.
Grappling with
Amazing.
Jose Aldo.
I love it.
Against a Frankie.
I mean, that's an impressive feat, right? Like a Jose Aldo, and you do all that with the ground game, especially with that type of fighter. That's absolutely incredible to do.
Definitely impressive. And I know East has told me before that his grappling is nothing to be slept on before. So this was a great victory for him. I'm absolutely impressed with that grappling display. So it was a great performance, and we're gonna see how he progresses in here in the ESFL.
I'm just going to show everybody, in case they wanted to know, 7 out of 7 takedowns and 7 minutes of top control. So that's half the fight in top position, and didn't miss a single takedown right there. So yeah, real good work from him. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what, like 7 out of 7, then you have that, like that's a round and a half that you have of total control. So like that's very impressive, especially with that type of caliber of fighter, especially when they're not versed in the ground game. Incredible.
Yeah, good fight, good matchup, and yeah, that was his debut as well. So we'll see if we can keep it up, see if we can continue it moving forward, and definitely want to see more of him, and see who gets put up against next. Right, we're going to move on to the main. Oh no, wait, the main card? Not the main card. Don't we have an Xbox exclusive fight? No, we don't. Do we? We don't.
No, we do.
I think Warrior pulled out, unless I'm mistaken.
No, it was it's Motown versus Dev Raider.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, right, beautiful, excellent fight.
Check lab notifications.
All right, cool. There we go. Excellent. Right then, well, Mediocre Might, Epic Trolls, and Scope can hold off for a second because we are going to get our Xbox exclusive card. It's nice to throw these in here and there, and I think they're just at the fighter picking stage, but we might
They should be. They just selected.
Yeah. It looks like we're still waiting for Motown here. Well, we are about halfway through the card. We're about to move to the main card. I'll tell you what, let's take a 60 seconds intermission here, and we'll come right back when these guys are ready. So give us 1 second, guys, and we will be right back. Okay, guys, and we are good to go. They are just picking up right now. Dev Raider, EK Motown. Should be a great matchup. I love the picks as well here, guys. What are we thinking?
I really enjoy these type of fighters. I think the Style Bender is going to be a really interesting showing of what he can do. So I can't wait for it.
I always appreciate a Stylebender pick. Adesanya, we all know that his stats are great, but he doesn't feel too great in the game. So I always appreciate it. But he's got a great moveset. He's no slouch. But we're gonna see if EK Motown can take this to the ground with Yoel Romero. I think he doesn't want to stand with Stylebender. I think that's a bad idea. But we're gonna see, even if he does, if he can utilize that power from Romero. We saw earlier that it was utilized a little bit too. So but yeah, I look forward to this one, Dadian.
Yeah, I mean, I like the matchup. I don't think we've seen this one competitively, but it should be great. EK Motown obviously representing the EK camp. Great team, great stable of fighters there, you know, across the PlayStation and Xbox communities. So definitely going to be well versed in the grappling as well as the stand up, like you said. And you know, you might not want to stand up, but you have a big advantage as a grappler over Israel Adesanya stat wise. I mean, a huge advantage. So don't be surprised if he takes this one down quite easily. There's a high takedown stat on Yoel Romero, but we'll see here. Dev Raider going to sit, circle out, and try and defend best he can. And already he's sprawling on top of Motown.
Dude, if you're going to face a Romero, you want to be sure your ground game denials are on point. So the fact that he's able to keep it standing up is going to be great for his game plan.
I think that's a great idea by Dev Raider. I saw that when Motown did go for the takedown and he got sprawled on, Dev Raider sneaked in a few body punches, but he's got clinched here. This is really bad. And he's gone for the takedown. Let's see if he sneaks in a few body punches here, makes him pay for that a little bit. And he's gone for the Ronaldo. He's denied it.
Double deny.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay.
This is exactly what he needs. We'll see if see if Motown here decides to start adding some strikes. And beautiful, catches it with a straight right there. The knee comes out for Motown though. That's good timing on that, and that's the kind of shots you need to land with Romero. Well-timed power shots. You don't need to land your 1-2 consistently. You just need to counter with big shots. And beautiful pull counter into the elbow, and there's another big left hook right there. Big power, and there, beautiful, dropped him already. Excellent head kick.
Oh my goodness.
And into the over-under once more. Let's see if he can get the takedown secured this time. But that was great work. Exactly what I was talking about right there. And the hip toss denied. Dev laying some knees to the body, some foot stomps. He gets his own judo throw.
Wow.
Fukari over the top.
An amazing fight. I thought Stalbender was having amazing distance, but he's just able to get hit with that head kick, and it changed the whole entire fight.
I think when Dev does decide to take him down, or whenever he denies something, or I think he needs to get straight back up to his feet, because if he doesn't, Motown's going to try and bring it into half guard every time, or try and go back up into the clinch. He's going to try and utilize his grappling. I think he's got a very grapple heavy game plan. I don't blame him, but he's been swept, Failure.
How about that? Grapple heavy game plan means nothing. You get swept by Adesanya. He's trying to set someone up, get that top position back. But Dev Raider surprising Motown right there, who you've got to believe is grappling with some of the best grapplers in the world on this game right there. Getting swept by Dev, who of course is no slouch anywhere this fight goes, but impressive right there. And he's back to the feet where he probably wants it in a nice secure position. I love all of this as well. Whenever they're in the grappling spot and you think, okay, Dev needs to be careful here. Obviously, you need to watch for that takedown. He's just constantly landing short shots on Motown. These little shoulder shots right here. Beautiful job securing the belly-to-belly suplex into side control by Motown. Denying the crucifix, but Dev getting returned to the mat right there. Maybe waited too long.
Yeah, probably. I mean, sometimes you usually want to fake out your opponent when you're doing the transition, try to feint or fake it. But right now, it's just been a huge chess match in the clinch game right here. And we know that Terror is a perk of the Stylebender level 4, so his knee attacks are just going to do more damage on Romero.
Yeah, the round's ended here, but I do think that Motown might have taken that round with the drop, and he took him down, neutralized him. He did get swept a couple times, but that doesn't matter, man. If you drop someone and nothing else significant happened in the round, you've got that round, man. But yeah, we've headed into round 2 here. We're seeing Dev Raider trying to he got full count there, but Motown's got another head kick Vader.
Yeah, I mean, that's how he landed the head kick in the first place. He pulled counted into an elbow, and then bam, as he exited, that left high kick just planted it, didn't even set it up, just threw it straight, landed and cracked him with it. So he threw it early on in this round as well, so you know Motown's looking for it, and it's the big shots he's going to need to land. Paul Counters again trying to come out, but he needs to get underneath, level change, hit the body with that big left hand. And Dev just still trying to pepper, use that footwork down the outside. He's circling away from it now, which is good because he keep moving to his right hand side early on. Oh man, that would have done big damage.
That could have been a flash knockout. Like, honestly, it seemed like he was slipping towards a head kick. But right now, he needs to just watch out for these trade opportunities. He needs to be a little bit defensive, be a little bit more selective, and find some openings to the body, because he can't get pieced up like this.
Yeah, I do think that Dev Raider might be better off just targeting Romero's body, tiring him out. Because we all know Romero doesn't have the greatest cardio in the game, but Adesanya has some pretty good striking stamina, so we're going to see if he can maybe fake the jab, straight the body, or maybe throw some switch kicks in there, maybe set up a head kick with some body strikes, because he can with Adesanya, he has that moveset. Romero doesn't have that cardio, but I think Motown's going to look to get it to the ground again, because he did have some good success there.
Oof. I think the straight to the body is a good shout right there, Stan. And Dev's been landing it, but also coming short with it. And bam, man. Motown doing a great job countering here. Landing one single shot from a planted stance with big power off these, you know, these strikes of Dev. So this is great work by Motown. This is exactly what he needs to do on the feet here as well. Maybe not too many head kicks, but the body work from Motown is keeping him in this stamina-wise. And the elbow trade on the inside. Both fighters just whipping him off. Trying to get the range, and there, weaved into the big left hook. It's one shot is all you need from Romero, man. He lands the big left hook over the top once more.
You know, I'm not going to lie. I want Motown to just pepper in those head kicks a little bit more, because that's opening up the body, because now Dev is scared about the head kick coming in and rocking him. So he's able to pepper in some head kicks. He might get that body to open up and do some more damage.
Yeah, I really think that this whole stamina game plan, if Dev was gonna do that,
Oh,
is kind of gone down the drain,
oh,
and he's got rock.
that is it. That
That's
is
done.
it. Beautiful work.
Wow.
Beautiful work. Wow. What do you say about that for a
Amazing.
finish? Damn. I mean, that
It was-
competitive fight as well.
I mean, it was very back and forth. I mean, you saw Romero get the head kick early on, and it just seems like every time he put that head kick up, it just got into the mind of Dev Raider, like, okay, I just need to block high because I can't get rocked like that again. And then it just opened up the bite, and now Dev Raider had to focus on the body and the head, and now it's just a 50-50 game, and Motown was able to selectively pick up his shots and get the crucial knockdown in the second round.
I really do. We've seen this a few times. Every time someone's done this, tonight they've won. I think the fact that people are able to mix it up as good as they are, doing so, like with Motown, we saw him taking it down, mixing some head kicks. You know, I do think that if you're able to mix it up, it wins you fights. So I think it was really good fight, and yeah, it was crazy fight. Props to both. It was a pleasure to watch, and we're going to see how this plays out in the rankings wise.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Dev Raider, we'll just say, coming in on short notice right there, filling in for Warrior, who dropped out. So props to Dev Raider for showing up and fighting. You know, he wasn't necessarily prepared. But yeah, I mean, you can tell, you know, we see that as well with these power strikers tonight. I can't even speak. Motown definitely happy to trade right there, and that's what led to the finishing sequence. He stepped in with the lead hook, and you know, Dev Raider had planted to throw that straight right, and you know, the straight right landed as the lead hook landed for Romero, and you know, it just dropped him. He just beat him to the punch. He had more power, and he rocked him. So you know, the power of Romero in a striking matchup, it really can't be underestimated. You know, we don't see Romero picked up a lot, but he was played fantastically there by Motown, really, really well in the striking and with some of the ground game as well. You know, we saw him try to look for those takedowns early, got sprawled on, mixed it up, went back to the strike, and he did a really, really good job dealing with the pressure and the range of Adesanya whilst being used by Dev Raider right there. So yeah, great work, loved it. And like you said, mixed it up perfectly, as we do know those eco boys like to do. So next fight, we're moving on. We're on the main card right now. It's kicking off officially. ESFL 66 is well underway, taking it all the way straight into this next fight right here. So it's going to be Epic Trolls taking on Scope. Both have been in the chat talking some smack. I'm joking. Or have they? I don't know. I don't have time to pay attention to this. You guys tell me. But they are here. It is welterweight, and I do hope they go with these picks they've got lined up right here.
I mean, Epic Trolls, he usually goes with the Dana White pick. I always love his type of fights. They're always so much fun to watch. So if we get a Dana White versus Conor McGregor in the welterweight division, I am all for it. These guys are going to put on one heck of a roller coaster ride. Oh,
I think,
there it is.
Yeah, they've done it. But yeah, Epic Trolls did well, Mike did retire, but he's out of retirement now, and I'm so happy he is, because now we get to see more exciting matchups and fights.
With
you know?
Dana White,
Dana
yeah.
White. Yeah, but I mean, I'm all for it. So yeah, I'm really happy to see he's back in scope. It's in his name. He is an OG of the ESFL. So yeah, this is going to be an exciting fight, especially when you've got two stand-up fighters ready to stand and bang, man.
Yeah, both OGs, as you mentioned, both on negative records right now. Epic Trolls 1-3 decides to retire, coming back for a fight right here against Scope. 0-1. This is good matchmaking to kick us off on the main card. I think it's a great little fight to start us off, because like you said, it's gonna be a real bar burner. They're gonna go at it because they really have nothing to lose. They're both on a losing skid right now, so we'll see who gets the better of it. But Epic Trolls gonna come forward with that pressure on Dana White against someone like Conor McGregor. I mean, damn, he better not walk into a left hand. He's gonna probably mix it up, but definitely try to work that box. And I like the fake drawing out some stuff right here, and all that bouncing off the block of Scope, which will deteriorate, because you know that Epic Trolls is not going to stop throwing.
Yeah, and I'm worried about what Scope's doing right now. He did like a little preemptive slip right there. If he becomes a little bit too predictable, Epic Trolls, he's probably going to use like a big shot to hit him while he's slipping, so he needs to watch out for that.
Well, I don't know if we all know, but if we don't, Conor McGregor in the welterweight division has 88 leg health. So,
Ooh.
and we also know that he has the greatest cardio. But if Epic Trolls is going to look to pick him apart, I'd like to see him target the body and the legs, because Connor has an amazing chin and he has great boxing. So I do think getting into a kicking battle with Connor might be actually good for him. But we all know Epic Trolls, he's going to look to stand and bang. We can all see he's working his boxing here. So it's going to be an amazing fight. It's going to be an absolute barn burner, Balian.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's been non-stop pressure by Epic Trolls so far. Now he's whiffed twice on that lead body kick, and there's Scope finding a home for his head kick and doing a good job planting as well. He's landing this lead hook to the body and straight. He's following up really nicely. And the straight left as well, double jabbing, trying to close his distance. But Trolls is just moving forward, walking forward, taking everything on the chin, on the legs, on the body, and not relenting here for Scope. So Scope playing a bit more of the counter from the game. Eats that right hand right there, returns immediately with a straight left into the lead hook and another head kick by both fighters, man. They're flicking them up. No one's landed them significantly yet, but oh, there's a 1, 2, 3. That's all it takes, man. This is what I meant by Epic Trolls. He's taking Dana White, but if you're going to walk forward like this into Conor McGregor, you better be careful, because that came off so fast, that 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And Scope needs to make sure when he gets the knockdown, he's not overly being aggressive, because he gets hit with mistakes like that.
Beautiful.
But yeah, it's exactly what I said before. I do think he should go back to the kicking game plan, as I was saying before. I do think boxing with Conor is a very dangerous game plan to go forth with. But as we can see, he's just got up. I was going to say he had him on the ground, but he just got up here. Maybe he can utilize the length of Dana White rather than getting into a boxing battle with Conor McGregor. I think it'd be smart for him to maybe take it to the ground, throw a few leg kicks, but I don't see Mike doing that at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, like you said, man, worrying about the boxing, but that's what he caught him with. Double uppercut, rear into the lead, and that's because he was in tight in this boxing range, and he drew him into it by all these boxing combinations he's been throwing. There's a nice little rock, though, for Scope towards the end of the round. Nice little competitive back and forth for that first round.
Yeah, like Stan said, a barn burner. Both guys brawling, trying to get some big shots. We see the overhands coming from Dana White. We saw Conor McGregor able to get a knockdown on Dana White. It's been so far a clash of who could hit the biggest shots on each other, and so far it's been a huge, crazy brawl.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this second round. As Ben said before, he did get the knockdown in boxing range, so he's finding his range in the boxing range. He can't be counted out. So Scope has to be careful here, and you use that Conor McGregor speed and power. I think it'd be good for Scope to actually put the pressure on Mike, and then he can use the reach advantage over Mike.
Yeah, Scope could definitely benefit for some pressure, but I also think he's really just trying to wait for Mike or Epic Trolls to overextend and just land some counter punches. He tries to do it there, whiffed way open in the center of the octagon with the uppercut, but finds a home for it this time. And they're both kind of overthrowing, but don't really seem to care too much. Blasting those head kicks, both of them backwards and forwards, man. Talk about a kicking battle like earlier, and they're both just throwing these 3-punch combinations off. Trolls now leading with that overhand, and it just feels so crazy against a Conor McGregor. You walk to a straight left even, you're going to get rocked. So we'll see, man, but another early rock coming out for Scopes right there.
Yeah, and the craziest stat we saw on the lower third is that it was 48 to 47 in total strikes landed. So both guys are going tit for tat when it comes to these strikes. So anything is possible. Epic Trolls could throw a huge huge overhand and just change the whole fight momentum.
So what you watch the East 4 though, right? Just absolute brawls like this. This is what really makes me want to watch it. Like absolute fights like this.
Man,
just two guys, not no F's given, no pun intended. But yeah, absolute crazy fight. They're going for rock. We're gonna see these guys keep knocking each other down, and yeah, we're gonna see if this even does go to the third round, which I don't know if it will.
Oof.
Not if they both keep overthrowing like this, and Scopes there burning the stamina, just trying to get something in. The block is real low, and he's almost using that to bait in Scopes, who's now turning up that pressure, like you said, flicking out that jab straight to the body, coming back up with the lead hook, and this is great work. Fake the jab to the body, came up with a head kick. Didn't land right there, but Scope is kind of overthrowing a little bit, feels like. He's whiffing in the middle, but he just pulled out the double uppercut. I mean, the rock came off with that earlier in the last round from Trolls, but both fighters, man, in and out with the aggression, and now, yeah, as well as overthrowing, kind of whiffing a little bit. We'll see how it plays out and who lands the next big strike. These big uppercuts, if they touch, you know they're causing rocks, but just getting out of the way. And there's the overhand as well.
I'm just amazed at the fact that we only saw one leg kick during this whole entire fight. It's been nothing but head kicks, body kicks, only one leg kick on Dana White, and it's just I'm really astonished by that one stat.
I do think if we take a careful look, I do think Mike might be the disadvantage in stamina in the head health department. So I think he
Oh.
really needs to watch that stamina.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah, this-
man, no head movement, straight
Oh.
through the block. Scopes can't stand there and just take that, man. That's not good. And dropped against the cage right here, going for a triangle right here.
wait a minute.
Trying to set it up. There's no time left to get it, but damn, man, plying the feet and eating that on the chin. That's not good.
yeah. I mean, that knockdown's gonna be in the eyes of the judges. I mean, they're gonna score that, and that's probably gonna be his round because of that knockdown. So he needs to be careful going in his third round to not make any mistakes when he's fighting against this Dana White, especially with Epic Trolls using Dana White.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much else we can say really. It's just been the same thing throughout the whole fight. It's just been two guys trying to tear each other's heads off. So it's not there's not much you can really specifically pick out. As Kingsley said, there's only been one leg kick the whole fight. It's just been two guys going at it, not really caring, you know, just completely overthrowing, just not trying to slip straight, pull counter too much, just absolutely trying to wreck the blocks and block break and get the knockdowns and the stuns.
Yeah, and this is why it's kicking off the main card, I think, just because two guys, Epic Troll's coming back from retirement and Scope happy to meet him. But, you know, Troll's not looking too bad. He's got 3 knockdowns so far in this fight. And just as I say that, eats a straight left lead hook that drops him hard right there, man. He can't take another one of those. That might be the last. And Scope knows it. Look at the pressure staying long right there. Jab 2 to the body, but the rock right there off that lead hook. And that block is low. Scope didn't move his head last time, and now trying to work the body, trying to bring those hands down right here again with that straight lead hook to the body. Been landing that all fight, and Scope knows he only needs to touch his chin with that straight left. He's trying to flick it off out there. Man, both fighters is right on the edge right here. Could just go either way. Next big strike wins it. Oh, there's an uppercut.
Any little mistake can possibly determine this fight. That overhand was the end of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, as Stan said under his breath, Stamina, I had no idea how that overhand from Trolls didn't break the block and go straight through and knock him out. But like you said, Stamina right there, Stan.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I like what Scope's doing though. The whole fight has just been them two trying to tear each other's heads off. But I think now he's trying to set up the strikes at head. He's just touching the body. He's just touching it. He's just
How?
Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Just when you thought it was over, beautiful strip straight left right down the pipe, catching Trolls and dropping him, man. One more time. I mean, he got the rock moving for the kill. The table's turned again. This is so back and forth right now.
Crazy.
Oh,
Oh, there it is.
beautiful big left hook planted on the floor from Scopes, man. And damn, Epic Trolls, we were just talking about, he was looking so good. He had 3 knockdowns. Trolls had that fight. He just needed to coast that round. He would have won. But no, continuing to come in the fire, man. He's not about that life, as they would say, and just ended up trading just a little too much and eating the big left hook from Conor McGregor. It's enough to put anyone out.
I mean, he stayed true to himself. He was going to pressure up. He was going to still fight no matter what the cause. I just got to give huge respect to both fighters. I mean, to put on that kind of fight and just keep on attacking when you don't have to attack, you could just sandbag and just take the win. That's, you know, hands off. My hat's off to them, because that was an amazing fight right there.
Every time these two specific guys fight, they know they get my respect every time they go in there. You know, they leave nothing behind. They just go in there and just swing, and I absolutely love watching it. It's every time I see these two guys' names on the card, I'm like, I cannot wait to see that fight. And they did not disappoint yet again. But we did speak about before that Mike needed to be careful in the pocket with Conor McGregor, and in the end, Scope did start setting up his head strikes with some little jabs to the body, little straights to the body, and I think that might have been what got him to finish the whole stamina advantage when he planted and got that left that rear hook. They knocked him out. It was a great fight.
Yeah, it was a great fight. It's kind of a shame, really. I mean, I don't know why Epic Trolls retired in the first place. You know, 1 and 3. it's going to be disheartening. Now 1-4. Obviously, I don't know if we'll see him again, but always puts on entertaining matchups, taking the Dana White pick no matter what. And he, like you said, man, he could have. Not that you can coast, you know, especially against a Conor McGregor. You sit back too much, you might get caught and tagged if you're not being offensive enough. But yeah, he didn't need to come out there and swing like that, but he did, and did it for us and our entertainment. So all props to Mediocre Mike right there, Mr. Epic Trolls, and yeah, good fight, great matchup to kick us off for the main card. Now, speaking of the main card, the next fight, oh my goodness, I'm hiccuping. The next fight is going to be taking place at featherweight. We have the ever awesome 9 Iron George taking on Punisher AK, and what a matchup this is.
I can't wait for it. I mean, Punisher, AK, he's 3-2. 9 Iron George is 1-0. There are big stakes in this fight. I mean, if you get this win right here, you're going to be able to go up and maybe knock on the door, maybe a title contendership fight, possibly. There's a lot of things that could go to your benefit if you win this fight. So a lot is riding with both of these gentlemen right here.
So, as we said before, Punisher AK is 3-2, whereas 9 Iron George is 1-0. So we've got a seasoned ESFL 5-fight veteran coming up against a 1-0 newcomer. So 9 Iron George does tend to talk a lot as well in the chat, but he did back it up in his last fight. All respect to him. He did win that fight. So we're going to see if he can put that again to the test against a seasoned veteran against Punisher AK, as we're learning into the fight here, Balian.
Yeah, man, it looks like they fought before. Punisher AK 6 wins over 9 Iron George is 1 right there. So that's a 5-fight win advantage. 1 in 6. Not a good chance stepping into the ESFL, like you said, for your second fight. They also have the in-game commentary on, so forgive us as we talk over that. We'll keep it down a little bit. Hopefully Rogan and Anik don't mind our commentary on top of theirs. But then, like you said, I mean, we'll see what 9 Iron George can do. It's all about performing on the big stage. I mean, Punisher has lost twice here in the ESFL. Definitely beatable 9 Iron George. Currently 1-0. Let's see if he can get after it and see what happens here. Mirror match. Both got massive chins on them, so wouldn't be surprised if this turns out into a brawl. And look at that angle pick just falling short right there.
Yeah, I was wondering who was going to try to go for the first clinch or takedown, especially when they're using Brian Ortega. And it seems like 9 Iron George is just trying to go for it a little bit more, while AK is trying to defend it. He's getting some nice denials right here.
This clinch battle is great.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just... it's just two Ortegas, you know. You don't know who's gonna go for that flying submission first, or gonna go for the first takedown. Because we all know that if you're Brian Ortega, you want to be on your back. You want to look for that stage, try and choke. But it's gonna be an interesting.
Big overhand, man. Punisher landed that beautifully. It feels like 9 Iron George getting a little jittery right here, diving for single legs, and now just walking in to the overhand of Punisher, who's way on the outside, looking to step right in with that rangy jab, man. Look how far out Punisher's coming. He's pressuring him, but he's backing right up each time, and now just trading, man. You can tell Punisher's fighting with the confidence of someone who's beaten this guy 6 times already, man. No concern for his well-being, stuffing every takedown, just leading with that overhand. So George needs to relax and reset right here. He's just shooting these empty takedowns. He technically has pulled if he can hit half guard here. Nice deny, but no, straight back up, and man, some just constant pressure right here. That's straight snapping back the head of George one more time.
To use a metaphor, it seems like 9 Iron George is using a driver on the putting green. It seems like he's just panicking too much. He's overthinking so many things rather than adapting and taking time to reset. It just seems like this oncoming pressure by AK is just pressuring him to do risky things and not set up these ankle pick takedowns.
I did forget to say at the beginning of the fight that this is the kind of thing that 9 Iron George does. He does tend to just keep shooting until he gets it. But I'm starting to think if maybe talking could have put some more pressure on him, because he does look like he's feeling a little bit jittery. He's not setting anything up, and he's just throwing a ton of leg kicks. He looks like he's not really trying to do anything on the stand-up department. He's just trying to get it down, and when he does get it down, he's cool, calm, and collected. But at the same time, we haven't really seen that happen here, because he's not setting anything up.
Yeah, but I mean, despite all of these takedowns that have been... Oh, my God. Beautiful timed overhand right there. Crushing him with that one. I was going to say, despite all these takedown attempts denied, Punisher is way down on the stamina. Maybe not so much now because he gets another knockdown right there. Again, he stepped in with that overhand. He's leading with it. That's the confidence he has to just lead with the overhand right here. Crazy, but I mean, Punisher definitely whiffing a lot as well. He's chasing that finish, and although he's just getting a big overhand in there, we'll see how the stamina plays out because this is going to hit the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. It just seems that Nine Iron George is just being one-dimensional too much, and Punisher is able to mix up what he wanted to do. He was able to do his stand-up. He was able to go to the ground and deny transition. So right now we're seeing a three-dimensional game from AK right now, and it's just working for him.
I think that Nana George made it too obvious at this point. I think it's just a typical Ortega game plan where you're just trying to get it to the mat, get put on your back, and go for the triangle. So I think AK recognizes that, and he's like, okay, I know what he's trying to do. I'm gonna not let that happen. I'm not gonna let him get on his back and do that to me, because we saw Aaron George, as soon as it landed in his guard, he went straight for that triangle choke, but he didn't get it. So I think he's already given away his game plan. AK is keeping on the feet, and he's already knocked him down again.
Goodness.
He's gonna keep it on the ground. I think he's gonna keep it on the stand up and work him on the feet, and he gets a takedown.
Wow, man. Nice hip toss as well. Gets right underneath it. And here we go. On top now. Not even going to stand up. He's got 345 with his top position. I mean, the stamina obviously is an advantage for 9-9 George, but unlikely, maybe even at this stage, is this going to play a factor in? Because Punisher is going to stand up here. But like you said, he is unloading now. Opening it with head kicks. And now we're getting clinch attempts tonight as well. And man, just a 4-punch combination. Blake and the Brock. Just throwing, and this is what I meant at the start of this, man. Ortega has a chin, and George is showing that right now.
I mean, the lower thirds show that was 48-16 and total strikes landed. It seems like 9-Iron George is just something different to at least get some more punches, because it's just not working for him in this fight.
This is one thing you need to be doing in the ESFL. You've got to always have a plan B. Every fight I've also had in the ESFL, you've just always got to have a plan B. If something doesn't work, you've got to have something to fall back on that might work as well. But it seems like 9-Iron George hasn't got that game plan. I think he's just trying to force the takedown too much. He's not setting anything up here, and he's getting clipped. He's getting beat up. He needs to change something up here.
There he goes, moves to his back.
Oh, is he going for?
Nice deny.
Oh, I thought he was going to go for a submission.
Hey, finally
It went quiet
getting
for a
that
second.
top position, man. Nice deny into a hip toss, and he has this top position, any kind of grappling advantage right here. Punisher down, half stamina. Let's see what George can do. He's been fighting for this the whole first half of this fight.
All right, I mean, it took him all the way towards the end of the second round to get the position that he wants. He needs to capitalize this right now. He needs to get some damage. He needs to find a way to like try to get submission. Just put some points on the board where you can feel good going to the third round. But again, the reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets reversed here, and I think that he's going to put in some work and off guard posture up. Ready to beat him up a little bit. They're both just battling out for the triangle here, Bailey.
Yeah, man. Punisher definitely trying to live up to his name right now after, conceding that takedown, trying to punish 9-Iron George for trying to take this back to the map and returning it here. So this has just been, all Punisher so far. Even when George has got this position he wanted, he's not really able to do anything with it at all.
Yeah, and that's got to be very demoralizing when you go to the position that you want and you're still not able to capitalize. I mean, going to this third round, it's a do or die. You need to find a way to change some things up. Try to go for a Hail Mary in this situation, because Punisher AK is doing some excellent work in these first two rounds.
Let's look at that from a different angle.
Yeah, man, he's just not setting anything up. He's just not. There's nothing technical he's doing. Like, he's not setting anything up because he did get it in his guard. Even when it gets to your guard, you gotta set up that triangle. You gotta fake down a few times, hit him a few times, and hey, get some GA, deny something, and then go for the triangle. Every time it gets into the guard where he wants it, he's just going straight for the choke. He's being too predictable. He's not doing anything out of the ordinary to throw off his opponent here.
Taunting him to let him know he's still here, but it's a 5-punch combo into a rear uppercut, and then oh my god,
Disrespect.
oh my god, what
It's
a
all
way.
yellow.
Jesus
No respect.
Christ, honestly.
He
I
put him
mean,
down, Blue.
that round starts, he taunts him. Punisher's like, okay, walks forward, throws a 5-punch combination at him, and then jab into the rear uppercut to finish. We're going to see it
Taunts him
on the
back.
highlight reel right here. But yeah, taunts him back at the perfect time. Just a dirty way to finish. Here we
Jeez.
go. Check it out on the highlight reel right here. The taunt came out. He's like, okay, jab straight, lead hook, right hook, jab, rear uppercut, lead hook. It's over. Bam, bam, bam. And sorry, did you taunt me? What was that? But great fight. I mean, damn, you can see it right there. Punisher living up to the name, as I said earlier. But that's 7-1 he is over him just personally now. And he came into that fight with all the confidence of that. Like you said, an ESL vet taking on a relative newcomer. He was 0-1, 1-0, 9-9 George. Feeling pretty confident, undefeated in the ESFL. But yeah, stepping up against someone he's fought many times. Punisher, a vet here, moving to 4-2. And did it in style, in fashion, and how he needs to execute, really, when he's a 6-fight vet in Season 2 of the ESFL.
It was demolishing. Like, AK was able to do everything he wanted. He was able to deny all those takedowns, able to do his stand-up game. Like, all of it was just perfect. And at that last round when 9-9 George just taunted, it looked like the scene from 300 where he knew he was going to die anyway. So he was like, you know what? Give me your best shot. Finish me with honor. And it just happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what I was saying before. There was just nothing. When you fight somebody, you gotta throw something at them. You gotta do something to throw them off. Like, you've got to do something out of the ordinary that they might not have seen before. Or when they see something different, like, oh, he might go back to that. You know what I mean? So he wasn't doing anything. He was just spamming the takedowns. He was just going for ankle pick after ankle pick. And then when he got it to where he wanted it, he wasn't setting it up from his guard either. I think I don't know if there's any jitters in play with that, but there was just nothing technical to it, to be honest. But it was a great fight by AK though. He did exactly what I thought he would do. I think he would keep it off the mat where he knows that where his opponent wants to be. He kept it standing, made it feel uncomfortable, and he got the finish and gave him a little cheeky taunt back.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, moving swiftly on because the next fight is ready to go. This is the return of the one and only Gorisson taking on Rayhan right here. And this is a good matchup. We're moving further up the ESFL rankings right here and further up the fight card. We've only got 4 fights left here tonight in the Esports Fight League. 66 this evening. Gorisson currently 0-1. But he is a vet of the ESFL and has been a vet since day one, really. And he's taken on Rayhan, sitting pretty on 3-2 right now. Rayhan also topping in the rankings at number 8 in the world right now. So this is a big opportunity for Gorisson, but also a real big challenge right here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this could go one or two ways. Either we're going to see a huge stand-up brawl, or we're going to see Rayhan try to use maybe a ground submission specialist to fight against Gorisson, because Gorisson kind of has trouble against the ground game. So it's going to be really interesting if he learned from previous fights to just work on his ground game and be prepared for whatever Rayhan's going to lay on him.
Yeah, I mean, as you said before, I think Gorisson's had problems against grapplers before, so maybe Rayhan will take him down. Rayhan has grappled a few times before, so we're going to see if he looks to expose his ground game here, which I think will be a good game plan. But obviously, Gorisson's game plan heading into this is the same as he normally does. Keep it on the feet and pick them apart and beat him up and get the knockout.
Yeah, in previous fights, we have seen Gorisson gas a little. He tends to overthrow sometimes. That's part of his game plan, always, to land those extra shots you don't see coming. But it's a little hard to do that with Bisping. We'll see if Rayhan can capitalize on it. And look at Rayhan's patience right here. And that's a nice opportunity to counter, but he's waiting right here, Rayhan. He's waiting, trying to find the home for his shots.
Yeah, I think he's trying to do a little bit of a Venus flytrap method where he's trying to move his back to the cage and maybe try to pivot his way so Gorisson has his back to the cage. So it opens up an opportunity for a driving takedown, or maybe just a clinch opportunity to have his back on the cage and go for a takedown from there. But so far, a nice body kick by him.
Yeah, we've seen some grappling earlier with Michael Bisping, so we're gonna see if this can be utilized. I think it'll be. Oh, and he gets a rock
Oh
right there.
boy.
Damn, and double jabbing up, trying to land that overhand to finish so close on that right hand. And there, Gorison, man, almost getting put out straight away. I mean, that's an example exactly what we're talking about. Slightly overthrowing, stepped in with a double uppercut. Rayhan's like, perfect, I'm stepping in with my 1, 2, 3, right as you throw that, caught him, and then managed to double jab into the overhand, almost ending the fight right there with the right hand against the cage. But look, Gorisan's up and he's straight pressuring again, straight against the cage. No quitting Gorisan. He's all over him right here.
Yeah, so far a perfect rebound by Gerson, and he just needs to do it a little bit more, be patient, attack the body a little bit more, just change it up a little bit, and not use much of that stamina, because it's only one round. If you could get the same type of round with those same type of results, you might be in this fight.
Yeah, so I think Gorison has definitely recovered here, but I think he needs to throw a little bit of pressure back, because I think Rayhan's having a lot of success with that pressure. Yeah, he looks like he can't really handle it. I think he needs to. Oh, and he's got a taunt here, the alien.
Beautiful little pull counter right there. And what Rayhan's doing really nicely is just when it gets on the outside like this, he's planting and then just blasting body kicks or 1-2s and 4-punch combinations. But there we go. I hear you guys are slightly ahead of me with you. Ooh, Gorisan catching a nice rear uppercut like there on Rayhan. Caught him slipping a nice pull counter on 2 strikes. We'll see, man. Gorisan is doing great work when he's the one going forward, like you said. So he has to keep moving forward. He can't get backed up here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he just needs to find a way of just keeping the pressure. Maybe mix up a little bit, get some slips in, back sway a little bit, but attack the body a little bit more. Use some leg kicks. We haven't seen a lot of leg kicks in this whole fight card, apparently. But again, he just needs to find a way to like mix up his levels and find an opening.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Gorison get rocked at the beginning of this round, and he got pressure, he got beat up a little bit. So I think Gorison's got to be thinking, okay, I might have lost that round. I think we've had some success, success going forward. So I think the whole game plan is going to be maybe throw a push kick, pressure my opponent, and yeah, just keep peppering him because he can't get pressured. Every time he's been pressured, he's been getting beat up by Rayhan.
Yeah, man. I mean, he took some big shots. Almost got put out with the overhand you just saw right there, connecting on the replay in that round. So, yeah, pressure, I think, is a key for Gorisan. But that's also what got him rocked in the first place, man. Because Rayhan's doing a great job of exactly that. Planting and throwing the 4-punch, 3-punch combinations whenever Gorisan overextends a little too much here and there. Like you said earlier on, Kings got him against the cage with the driving takedown, secures a double leg lock in the hands.
Usually I get deja vu of when I saw Avitex versus Gorizon, so it usually his back to the cage. But wait, a good, nice reversal by Gorizon, and maybe you learned a little bit from that last fight.
Yeah, I think if he did work on his grappling, I think he'd be a very dangerous opponent. He's already dangerous on the feet. Look, he's going forward here. He's pressuring. I think he knows that he cannot get pressure whatsoever. He's broken out of the clinch. He needs to stay out of the grappling because that's not his strong point. He needs to keep it on the feet. And I'm liking this little pull counter there. He's doing well now. He's starting to find his rhythm. He's shaking off the rock from the first round, and he's pressuring. That's the main key. He has the pressure.
Oh! Double pull counter. Great work from Gorison. He's coming back strong. I think, like you said, Kings, we don't know how it's going to play out yet, but he is definitely adapting his game on the fly right now and looking good. So shout out to Gorison for being a goddamn ESFL vet and representing the Asian communities over here, because he is coming out fire in the second round right now.
One of the things that you can't teach in the fight game is adaptability. You need to have that instinct ability to just have the adaptability to know when something's not working out. You need to work on it and fix it, and then you have that innate ability of just trying to find a way of like fighting back. And what Burries is right now is really impressive, from coming down in that first round and now taking a towards Rayhan. This is really impressive by him. I really respect it.
Yeah, it's exactly what you were saying, King. He's learned to adapt. He's worked on his ground game. He's gotten a bit better. And as I was saying in the previous fight, you've got to have a plan B. And he's rocked him here. Oh, and he's dropped him. He's in his guard.
You are
But as
ahead
I've
of
seen
me
before-
right now. So there we go. There's a straight right, and
love
there's
it.
the rear uppercut. Beautiful. Catches the left hook right there on the end. And yeah, like you said, man, Gorison just looking real good. I mean, we're not trying
the
to.
triangle.
And
We sound quite biased right now, but we want to point out Gorison is 0-1.
not like this.
You guys are ahead, so maybe not
No,
shout
like-
the result out, all right? But yeah, here we go. He's looking it up. It's a 5-stage submission. He's not got much time on the clock right now. Pushing up, down, only going for a 2-direction escape. Might want to incorporate a third here, but he is out. Sorry. But like I said, Gorison, looking great in this second round. He is 0-1 in this season. Rayhan is number 8 in the world with 3 wins this season. Gorison to collect one, so looking real good as they go into the final round.
That got really scary real quick in that last part of the second round.
Yeah.
I mean, Gorison standing up. He's doing all of his success standing up. Your ground game has improved, but you need to find a way to keep it standing up, and it's working dividends for you.
Look at Rayhan's head up. It's blinking. He's literally pressured him, and he's literally beat him up. What Rayhan was doing to him in the first round, he's doing back to him now. He's done it in the second round. So
Ooh.
Rayhan needs to get the pressure
Oh
going.
boy.
He needs to throw a push kick at Gorison. He needs to say, look, if you're
Oh,
going to keep
lovely.
pressuring me, I'm going to make you pay. And he's he's finished. He's done. That's it.
Preemptively, we're hearing it, and here it
Uh,
comes. Bam, slip
Mystic
straight,
Mac is in the
left hook,
building.
rear
Exactly,
uppercut.
with a good stoppage.
Gorisand,
Great
son.
stuff.
Gorisand, looking straight fire tonight, taking out the number 8 guy in the world right here. Unranked, no wins this season, moving to 1-1, taking out Rayhan. 3-2, number 8 right there with a beautiful rear uppercut. My goodness, guys. I mean, that looked like the Gorison of old, dude. When he first came on the scene, he was straight fire. People were scared of him. They didn't know what was coming. This is way back in the day of ESFL. And since then, the second half of his Division 1 season didn't go too well. And obviously, Season 2, he comes in, he drops his first loss straight away. We don't see him for a little bit. He's obviously gone away and worked on his game. Comes straight back here tonight, guys, looking on fire and taking him out. Someone tell Bruce Lee, Rob, because he's going to be happy about that one.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about this might be the best comeback slash improvement that we ever seen in the ESFL. I don't remember a previous one where we had this much improvement by a vet in Gorison of just implementing a weakness that he had and just leveling it up where he could take down and make a huge upset against Rayhan, a ranked number 8. That's so incredible to see. That's going to be a huge moment in ESFL history right there.
Yeah, man. So Gorisand's made adaptabilities, as we said in the fight. He worked on his ground game. He was scary when he first came, like Balian said. He's looking like a monster right now. In that first round, it seemed like he had the jitters. He had the jitters, and he's had that the past few fights. But he started finding his groove. He started pressuring back. He adapted in the fight, and that is key, having a plan B at all times. He started pressuring back, found some success, and did not take his foot off the pedal. He kept going at it. Just jab, working his block, got his health low, and he eventually got the finish. He avoided the ground game, which was key. He got out the drive and takedown. Props to you, Gorison, and Rayhan too. That was a great fight.
Yeah, it was indeed, man. Yeah, real good and surprising. Like we said, it's either going to be a big upset or it was going to be Rayhan doing what he should be doing as the number 8 guy in the world. But I'm sure we'll see Gorison. I mean, you can't enter the top 15 on a 1-on-1 record, but he just beat the number 8 guy. So we'll see what the rankings guys do. The next matchup, I believe it's supposed to be Kiefer, known as Drizzo, obviously taking on E. Gonzalez, but I believe Drizzo already fought tonight, and he fought Motown. No, he fought EK Motown. So I don't know if he is fighting again. Was that Drizzo? Am I going crazy? I think I'm a bit crazy.
No, Motown for Dev Raider.
Dev Raider, there we go. It begins with D. You know what, guys? It's like, what, freaking 3 a.m.? It's okay. I'm good.
It happens to the best of us.
There we go. Well, we are just waiting for this next fight to come along right here. Maybe we can chat a little bit about some of the highlights so far tonight. If you take a look back at the card, anyone that's standing out to you, Kingsley, who fought this evening, while this next fight is getting ready?
Been some incredible fights so far. My fight of the nights is between Dabikin and No F Skiven, and Epic Trolls and Scope MMA, those were incredible fights. God of Nugs getting probably a great submission, and Colton with an amazing submission as well. I mean, there's been so many amazing finishes that we've seen in this fight card. It's been everything that we wanted in a fight card like this.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the Epic Trolls and Scope fight. That's my fight of the night so far. Just absolutely swinging at each other. You know, just saying, oh, that's the last slice of pizza. That's my slice of pizza.
Jeez. I like that. I
Just
heard that
fighting
one.
over the last slice of
That's
pizza.
good.
So yeah, just absolutely winging at each other, and I loved it.
Yeah,
I've loved
man.
every single fight tonight. So yeah, it's been a great fight.
It's still a little sad for me, that one,
Before
man. Epic Trolls dropping that loss. He had that fight. You know, he had that fight. He was 2 rounds up, but you got to stay vigilant. All right, these two are ready. We got Kiefer X taking on E. Gonzalez. Kiefer, formerly known as Drizzo. They are here. They are ready to go. And both these men, very highly touted here in our PlayStation rankings.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at the records. Kiefer 3-2, ranked 29 in the top 100, and then you have E. Gonzalez, who is 4-2 in the ESFL, and you know this is gonna be a high caliber fight between two ESFL vets. So, and especially in the featherweight division with a Jose Aldo and a Max Holloway, I mean that's gonna be nuts, a barn burner, as Stan would say.
Mm-hmm. So we've got Drizzo and E Gonzalez fighting each other here. So these two guys are for nothing but the best. E Gonzalez was the one that derailed the Dominator hype train. If we take a step
Ooh,
back
yeah.
and remember that, he derailed the hype train, and Drizzo is coming off a loss against EK Dolph, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be such a great fight. It's going to be high caliber. I can't wait. But we're going to see if Drizzo, will, aka Keith, does try and work the leg kicks a little bit, as Max Holloway does have a huge height advantage, as we can see here, 4 inches. And yeah, we see he works the leg kicks. Maybe another guy that takes the fight to the ground. I don't know if that will happen because Drizzo's a stand-up fighter. But it's going to be a great fight nevertheless, and I can't wait to get into it.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a good matchup. I mean, here's a chance for sure for someone to jump up into the rankings and up into the top 10 even. If Gonzalez can get a win right now, he's ranked number 12 in our rankings right here. And Drizzo, 3-2. If he gets this win, he takes that 4-2 off Gonzalez, and I'm sure he'll take his spot in the top 15, and then it's only up and up from here. So these guys are both very, very good competitors. Expect to see a well-rounded fight right here, all aspects of MMA, and yeah, we'll see. I like the matchup too. You know, a lot of people count Jose Aldo out in sort of the competitive scene. You know, he hasn't got the best stamina, and sometimes you feel like, you know, that short reach really is detrimental. You can't catch anybody with anything, so he's going to have to catch E. Gonzalez coming in. He has to time everything perfectly, and he cannot whiff in the center of the octagon because it's really going to cost him with that stamina.
I think it's going to go to Jose Aldo's benefit. He has to reach by 1 inch, and his fast striking is better than Max Holloway. So Jose Aldo, if he can use some fast speed in his reach, he might take this fight handily if he gets those strikes ready to go.
Gee, are you seeing the way they just absolutely...
I'm telling you, the speed.
They're just absolutely winging at it. Jesus, man. But yeah, we're gonna see if Aldo can utilize those. So I'm just looking. I'm trying to keep up with these strikes getting thrown right now. It's crazy, but yeah, I don't know if E. Gonzalez will play the stamina game with Jose Aldo because it's only a 3-rounder. I do think Jose Aldo's a really good pick for 3-rounders, but Holloway is dangerous at all time, so he needs to be careful here. I think he's doing the right thing, pressuring. That's what Drizzo's good at. Pressure, use those leg kicks to open up the boxing, and that's the key to winning the fight.
Yeah, man, he's committing to that straight right to the body as well. It's doing nicely. The jab lead hook, and there we go. The uppercut, perfectly timed. Gonzalez changing elevation, trying to land his own straight right, and there's a jump knee.
Ooh.
No rocks coming up, but half the head health just disappearing right there for Drizzo. He's going for that front kick to the face, and this is good work by Gonzalez, who's getting pressured. Push into the knee, doesn't get anything, and a 4-punch combo by Drizzo. You mentioned the stamina. Going to have to be careful of it, and he can't whiff on the inside, the outside right here. He's going to that big 4. That big right hand. Needs to get back to that straight to the body, back to that jab lead hook. There's a nice slip straight out into the straight right there. The uppercut returns. And just trying to reset here as Gonzalez, man. You mentioned the reach, man. You know, you did say he's 1 inch advantage. That's only in the arms. You know, when they're in the inside, Gonzalez has got the short arms of Holloway. They're going to come up nice and tight, but he has the feet, the leg advantage. He can use them kicks on the outside, and also he can enter and exit further with that long reach from the legs.
When you add the striking speed, because Jose Aldo has 96 striking speed to Max Holloway's 94, when you go into those close range and if you try to do a slip and you make the wrong decision, those strikes come in faster and you don't know how to react to them. So the fact that they're fighting close to the phone booth, those are going to play huge factors in this type of close-knit phone booth fight.
See, we've I know Drito's had problems managing his stamina in the past, seen his past couple fights, and if we take a look at his stamina bar right here, that's not the greatest thing to have in the first round, especially against a Holloway and a seasoned striker in E. Gonzalez. So we're gonna see if in the second round he might make some changes here. Hopefully he does, because that stamina is key. Stamina wins you fights.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if he changes something up in that second round, babe.
And just as you were saying that, man, I was going to say he needs to go back to that straight to the body and even the playing field. And he did. He nailed that straight to the body, then he jabbed back to the body. So you're going to have to mix it up when you're fighting Holloway, because Holloway, man, he has a chin as well. If you haven't seen these stunts, he's got a chin on him. You've got to mix it up. It's like fighting Tony Ferguson. Work the legs, work the body. Don't just headhunt, because it's going to be a lot harder to hurt him. So some more of those switches to the body, I think, will really help him, and also draw out that stamina.
Yeah, I really want to see if Jose Aldo is going to use the leg kicks, because he has a detective base perk that he could use and just try to like mix up the levels a little bit. So it's really surprising that he's only using his uppercuts and strikes right here.
Yeah, as Kingsley said, I'd really love him to throw even a switch kick to the body. Just try something different. Jose Aldo's got some great kicks, man. It'd be a shame for him to just not use it and try and outbox Holloway. Holloway hasn't got the greatest power, but he's got that volume. Yeah, he's got that volume right there, that strike speed. He hasn't got the greatest power, but it's good enough to put you away. He needs to change something up here. Maybe throw a little fake jab to the head and straight to the body. Throw a leg kick, even front kicks. Just throw some kicks in there, mix some stuff up, man.
Yeah, Gonzalez is doing a great job of moving and striking. He's moving forward, he's moving backwards, he's circling, and he's constantly popping the 1-2. Doing a really good job, and yeah, like you said, it's just wearing down this block. But look at the pair of them, man. They've both just taken it all on the block. Only head movement to sort of slip and counter, no defensive head movement. So this is where the block is so low from both of them. And Holloway does have that body snatcher perk. He's on the inside, but he knows as soon as he changes the elevation with that lead hook, that uppercut is coming. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is how you end it, man. I shouldn't have said anything about
as soon as we called it,
defensive head movement, man. Defensive. Talk about defensive head movement. Try and implement some. Change your elevation. You get front kicked in the face right there.
Anderson Silva in the... Sorry, Balian.
That's okay. My microphone fell off the bloody desk.
I told you from the beginning, the striking speed and Jose Aldo attacked the base. One little slip and that striking speed will cause an effect like this and a huge KO by Drizzo. That was beautiful right there. That knockout was just magnifique.
Jeez, I don't know what to say. That was completely weird. It was so weird. He was boxing. He didn't really mix it up too much, and then we all kept saying, yeah, just throw something different, throw something different. He was like, okay, I'll throw something different.
Sheesh.
Just knocks him out.
That's my knockout of the night.
Great work there by Drizzo. I mean, we said it before the fight. He is now 4-2. You know, Gonzalez dropping to 4-3, and Gonzalez had that top 15 spot. You know, Drizzo is coming for that right now. He's going to want it, so he's probably going to get it. And you know, whoever's next for Drizzo, man, you better watch out, because he is definitely going to come at anybody with the confidence that he believes he, you know, could probably beat them.
Absolutely. I mean, just the opportunities were there. He was able to clutch up and like make sure that he was able to get into that position where he's able to get that kick in when it was very unexpected. We didn't even see that was going to be happening. So the fact that he was able to get that, especially against a fighter like E Gonzalez, I mean, huge kudos to both fighters. That was an awesome fight to watch.
I think it
A
was.
fighter like E Gonzalez.
I think Drizzo kind of knew what he was doing. I think because they was both overthrowing so much, he knew E Gonzalez was going to overthrow. I think he was just waiting to time it. I think he was making full comfortable in boxing, making him think he wasn't going to throw any kicks. If he did that was genius. Because if he did that and then threw a front kick and knocked him clean out, and that was all planned, kudos to you, Drizzo. But Drizzo is back in the winning column, and Rayhan is now 3-3. I'll be happy to watch their fights again if they do fight again. Props to both of them. It was an amazing fight to watch.
Yeah, it really was. And moving on, speaking of amazing fights in our co-main event of the evening right here. I mean, this is a tasty morsel of a fight. This is, as good as it gets on some days here in the ESFL right now. We have got Swiss Libax 5-2, number 3 in the world right now, taking on Pre-United, of all people, who's sitting at 2-1 but number 5. So we got the number 3 versus the number 5 guy right now in the ESFL PlayStation rankings, and I feel like they were ready to go, but now they're not. So let's talk about this fight real quick, guys. King?
Well, Sam, you probably know this more than anyone here, that everybody wanted to see this co-main event fight, like Pre-United versus Swiss Libax. These guys were claiming for this fight. Everybody wanted to see this fight, and it's finally happening right here, right now. Both of these guys are skillful fighters in the ESFL, and their record definitely shows it.
Yeah, I mean, I know both fighters very well. They're both good friends of mine, and watch Swiss go with the Bisping pick, and I think Pre will mirror up. Yep, I thought so.
Oh boy.
They always do this. I think it's because of the stamina management. But yeah, these two have been talking a lot of trash to each other. We have a chat together, and these two have just been non-stop going at it. So this is going to be interesting. So this one is extremely. When I say personal, this is personal.
Yeah,
and
man.
I cannot wait for this co-main event to get underway.
Here we go, man.
Pressure King.
Oh my goodness. Right, sorry, I thought you weren't finished, but yeah, you're right. Co-main event of the evening. ESFL 66, and they're going at it right now. Swiss Libax backing up Pre-United, already catching that kick and having him ducking and rolling under, but there's a rear uppercut catching him beautifully, trying to land that lead hook to the body after the straight that connected. So Pre-United getting pressured early, but returning now with the rock and trying to sit back on these pull counters here too. Oh, the head kick block.
Okay, so we're just going 100 miles per hour, huh?
Yeah.
We're just going to just go around from the gate and just try to kill each other from the get-go. I mean, oh my god. What a start.
Look at that stamina already on Swiss. I mean, no stam gang, but Jesus Christ, Swiss.
Yeah.
Calm down, but there's one thing that they forgot to do. This is put on a 5-round fight, and it's a co-main event. So hopefully it doesn't go past the 3-round mark. But apart from that, this is such an exciting fight to watch.
Man, just trading right there. The right hand and the lead uppercut both landing. Swiss taking the worst of it right here, but Swiss's head health already down, man. Oh, comes up high after ducking low with that beautiful roundhouse up top. And look at Pre-United double faking his way in, fakes a jab again. Like you said, man, Swiss's stamina's low and he's pulling out all the offense with just that jab fake alone. He's doing it again. This is beautiful work by Pre-United. Knows exactly what he's doing, and there we go, stepping and trade the 4-punch combination. Excellent work by Pre-United, and the fakes and the feints are what baiting out Swiss's attacks and creating those opportunities. A beautiful lead head kick into the straight left and then hits the turning side kick as well. This is great work by Pre-United.
That's why he's a former ESFL PS4 champ. I mean, he's able to do these type of things and take it to a whole nother level. I mean, this striking has been like a clinic so far. Just going 100 miles per hour in this roller coaster fight, and the stamina and a huge uppercut right there,
man.
and a flying knee attempt too.
This is crazy. I think I don't know what I can say for Swiss, because Swiss is just no stam gang all the way. The thing is with Swiss, he could be on literally 0 stamina and he can still knock you out. That's the thing. He's got a gift for doing it. So I'm not counting him out until the fight's done. So I don't know if he's going to switch anything
Oh
up.
my
I
gosh.
know for a fact he doesn't.
Oh boy.
Man, Pre-United taunting on him right here. Like you said, this is personal, and Pre-United's turning up right now. The double league knee gets nothing, and the big left hand finishes it in the first round. That has got to feel good for Pre-United right here, taking out the number
elbow?
3 guy in the world. Damn.
That was a whole sprint. That might have been like Usain Bolt trying to do the 100, and you just like world record right there. That was just so quick and just so painful. You see the flying knee attempt, sway, and then the forearm, huge knockout.
Bam, man. He loaded it. Dropped the shoulder. Brought it right up, man. He loaded that beautiful head movement and just cracked him with that elbow. Just out cold. No follow-up. No ground and pound. After rocking and dropping him several times in that round right there, man. I mean, what more can you say about that fight? They both came out swinging. Swiss tried to put that pressure. Kept Pre-United against that cage early, but Pre-United... great striking. I mean, that jab was telling the story of that fight. He was faking it and baiting out all the offensive Swiss, and as soon as Swiss had thrown, he was right back in there with his own counters, capitalizing on those vulnerability windows. It's just world-class striking right there.
Yeah.
Stan?
Dad?
Sorry, so I was in my own. Yeah, it was an insane fight from the get-go. They was both just trying to swing at each other. Like we said before, it was very personal. It's going to be very interesting chat log after this event, but yeah, I look forward to reading through that because it was very personal, but it was a great fight nevertheless. Props to both men. Pre-United came out there and executed his game plan. His head movement was Anderson Silva-esque in his prime, but yeah, it was classic no stam gang Swiss, no stamina in the first round, and Pre-United capitalized on that. Just kept tapping his body and then just rocking him to the head. Got a few taunts in as well, but it was a great fight nevertheless.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Go on, Kings.
No, I was just gonna say that was just such a fun co-main event. Like, this fight card has been so amazing. Pre-United getting that massive victory, and now we have like a bunch of people up there for the title picture, because there's a lot of people that really want that title, and knowing that we have one more fight left that could change everything. I mean, there's a lot of things at stake here, and Pre-United's gonna be weighing the rings along with like so many others, like Punisher and like a whole bunch of other people. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, like you said, anything can happen right now. I mean, we have a matchup in this co-main event, which we're going to jump to in just a second, where, you know, one guy had the belt, looked unstoppable, lost 2 more fights, and then fought his way all the way back to the title. And, you know, like you said, anything can happen. And the person who, you know, is going to take on the next champion, it very well may be Pre-United with a performance like that. But we don't know who that champion is going to be. And we're just about to find out, because they are ready. They are good to go. It is Unibot taking on Adivadax right here. And what a fight we've got.
I am so excited for this fight. I did like some research just trying to figure out like what's the PS4 ESFL champ history. Avida started out this season as the champ, and then went to Pre-United, then Papa Dog, then Ed Parker, then now to Unibot. If Avida wins this, he becomes the 6th in line of the title, and he becomes the first 2-time champ on the PS4 side for the title. So there's a lot of history at stake, and Unibot has been on a tear, and he doesn't seem like he wants to give up that title. So a lot of things could go up and down. Avida, a ground specialist, Unibot also a ground specialist. There is a lot of things that can happen in this fight, Stan.
I mean, this is another personal fight. I don't know what these Kings MMA guys are doing, argue with each other so much, but I'm not gonna say anything. But this is another very personal one. So we could expect to, I would say we could expect to see a quick finish, but I don't think so, because as we said before, Kingsy, if you remember in Adva's last fight, let's him go back to his roots. He's gone with Chris Weidman. So I'm happy to see he's gone to go back with what got him that belt in the first place, And you know, he's back in the title picture doing it, and he's going to continue doing that. And we're going to see if Unibot can avenge his head kick loss to Advea, because that's how Unibot lost his belt in the first place.
Yeah.
But he's back here, and he's defending again against Advea, and we're going to see if he can successfully do it and tie the rivalry 1-1. It's going to be exciting main event. I can't wait. It needs no promotion whatsoever.
Yeah,
But
I
I'll
mean,
do it anyway.
you can say that again, but that was great promotion though, Big Stan. Just say that was great. Yeah, man, this is
Thank
this
you. I'll
is
see you till Thursday.
the
wow.
ESFL Esports Fight League 66 right here. We're gonna crown a new or the same PS4 champion right now. Unibot making the title defense right now against Advaita, the man who took his title originally, and we'll see what happens right here, man. Advaita been on a big skid. He is back right here. Chris Weidman, the strange pick that we all were fascinated by initially, but looked like an unstoppable force with that ground and pound. Expect him to put the pressure on, and it's all about him not getting caught in the striking match right here. Unibot's so tricky, so technical. If he makes mistakes standing up, if he throws a little too much, I mean, he's notorious at throwing this 1-2, this double jab that can be read very easily by Unibot, so he's got to be careful with that jab on that straight. He's got to just keep the pressure on and shoot those takedowns, man. Get that top position where he dominates. And here we go, Unibot, man, good all-wear, good everywhere, but especially in the stand-up, man. Going with the Jacare, the meta pick considered here at middleweight. Going to have great power, good stamina all across the board, and you know it's going to be real hard for Advaita to keep a Jacare down. And Unibot is the current champion, 4-1 right now this season. Only lost to that one crazy head kick, so you know he don't want to give up that belt. He's been holding on to it for dear life, and we're about to get this thing started.
Yeah, and to your point, Balin, Avita X, he was a monster amongst fighters, and sometimes he would be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He would either fall in love with the stand-up game or in the ground game. So in the first minute of this first round championship fight, will he go to the ground game or will he try to stand it up? That's the huge question going into this first round.
I like the fact that Unibot's picked Jacare. I've not seen him pick Jacare before. I think he did it to just to counter that Weidman pick. So he knows. So he's thrown up a very little bit. So he's like, oh, if you're gonna take me down, I've got Jacare. But I think Advaita's gonna go to the leg kicks as he normally does. He likes the knee and elbow, and he likes the leg kicks. Those leg kicks set up the takedowns, and they're great to use. And if Unibot does decide to kick his leg back, he's going to have to think twice.
This is
Weidman has
perfect.
that Shin's still level 5 perk, so...
This is great
And you
work.
can see the distance.
Great work by Advaita right here, because he is using that fake jab and then throwing his 1-2 and then popping it off and sometimes just snapping it out there. So Unibot's trying to get in and close the distance. Advaita's faking this jab. He doesn't know when it's coming and makes it really hard for Unibot to make any reads. He's trying to slip right there. You see him already trying to throw his head off to the left and fire that straight. But if he keeps faking, he's going to keep pulling out those head movements and make it real hard for Unibot to counter that 1-2, which is how we saw Advaita lose a lot of his previous fights. He kept getting slipped on because he loves to throw that jab, that 1-2. Unibot, though, being real patient, not overcommitting to anything, not running in, and now trying to bait those fakes out and land his own jab and move forward. Nice 1-2 by Advaita.
Yeah, and the point that Valex likes to do in his fights, he loves to have his back to the cage and try to sucker his opponents in a Venus flytrap method. So the huge significant moment in this fight is probably going to be his back to the cage and whether he is able to move away from Unibot, because Unibot is able to put in some pressure if he wants to, so he needs to watch out in that significant moment.
Yeah, I mean, these are two fighters that don't have the greatest chin. I think Weidman has that 88 chin and
Here it
Jacare
is.
has the 89 chin. So yeah, so we're going to see how this plays out in the striking department. It will be so interesting, but this will hit the mat at one point. It's going to hit the mat, and we're going to see how it plays out. Jacare versus Weidman.
This is great by Advaita, man, but he just whiffed right there real big. Not good for his stamina, but he is committing to that straight right to the body. Advaita, again he lands it, and a lead hook as well. Like the body work right now from Advaita has been absolutely phenomenal. And Unibot, man, he's very patient. He's always been a patient striker. Definitely being careful about his approach and trying to find a way in. You can never count out the power of Jacare. You know, it's always devastating. We've seen that big right hook just do some real big damage, and he's trying to land it. He's jabbing in, trying to throw it off the jab, and not found a home for it yet. But Advader's been really, really technical, really defensively sound, and sticking to what he knows is going to work. He's 1 and 2, and that's it. He's 2 to the body, and he's 3 in there as well. There's another 2-3 to the body. Good work.
Yeah, and really interesting. Usually Avida loves to go for the takedown or clinch attempt in the first round. I think he's fallen in love with more of the stand-up game, feeling a little bit more comfortable with his striking against Unibot. So it seems like he's going to lean more towards the striking ability in himself going into the future rounds.
Yeah, I agree with your point. I think I think he's just trying to wear him down a little bit, you know. Just ease his body a little bit. As we can see for the first round, Unibot took a lot of damage to his body. There's like a quarter of his body health already gone. So we're going to see how this pans out. I think this will hit the mat. Don't be surprised to see Unibot get a takedown either, because Unibot has some amazing groundwork too. And he's got Jacare, so this is going to be Unibot needs to be careful of those spinning back kicks in the body though. He's done that again.
Yeah.
He's been whiffed, so he needs to be careful. His body's already getting tagged. You don't want his
Big rear uppercut, and I love the way Advader's hitting the body with that 3-4, man. He's been doing that since the round 1, coming in with double hooks to the body whenever Unibot steps into range. And you know, Unibot's been real patient here. You know, he doesn't want to get caught throwing anything, but he's almost been a little too patient. I'd like to see a little bit more activity from him. He only landed 3 significant strikes in that first round. I mean, that is not a lot. I mean, Advader's lost some stamina because of it, but he didn't really take any damage whatsoever. And yeah, he ate some big shots to the body. You're right there, Standard. Here we go. Unibot now turning up a little bit, trying to get on the inside. If Advader is going to pop those 1s and 2s out, he's going to have to be careful he doesn't get slipped on, though, because Unibot will use that head movement. He's very good at finding his home for that straight right off those slips. So Advader going to have to deal with the pressure and keep faking when he needs to as well. Nice fake into the straight to the body. 2-3. Come back with the 4 here. The jab to the body's blocked. The lead uppercut's coming out from Advader because he's seeing that level change right here. So all these reads are being made immediately just based on these different attacks each fighter's using.
Yeah, and going on to the point of when you were talking about patience, I think you're this level of patience right here, even though they're pressuring up a little bit. This is not a 3-round fight. You have a 5-round war in front of you. So the fact that you're able to take this patience, maybe you need to take a round to just reassess the situation, because you only need to win 3 out of the 5 rounds. So you're able to take this patience or a little bit of pressure and find your way to figure out what works best for you in this war, because this is not a battle anymore. This is a pure fought-out war.
I would like to. Uni normally goes with the front kick, like the push kick, jab push kick, but I think he knows that Advader is already expecting that. So I think he's just feeling Advader out, seeing what he goes with, because Advader is kind of a funky fighter. He has these different kind of fight styles every time he fights. Just thinking, I'm gonna see what he's got, figure him out, then I'm gonna start capitalizing on what I know he's gonna do. So he has.
It's a big right hand.
Thrown any leg kicks.
So that pressure.
He's got that pull counter off several times now. Advader knows that big right hook's coming as Unibot starts to turn it up, and his footwork is real nice. He's always in position to get that pull counter, shoots a single, gets stuffed on at the end of this round.
There it is.
But Advader, man,
denial.
I know this is a 5-round fight, but Advader is chopping away at the body with that straight right. Look at that, 8 significant strikes. I mean, that's not a lot, but that straight right to the body by Advader's doing damage. He's able to follow up with a left hook as well. Left hook to the body's doing work, and Unibot adding little spouts of pressure as finding home for that right hook over the top. It's doing big damage to that low chin stat that you talked about, but right now Advader's up 2 rounds.
No, even though it might be 2 rounds to Aveda, I'm liking what both fighters are doing. Unibot, he had moments of pressure where he was able to capitalize on some strikes. The main thing is that Aveda took to the last 10 seconds of the second round to go for his first takedown attempt, and now you see Unibot going for a driving takedown. That's huge.
I said this before. I do think Uni was just feeling him out because he wasn't throwing too much. He was kind of in and out. Advader was just peppering his body, not doing too much in that second round. But the first round, he was beating up his body a lot. But I think now that Unibot's filled him out and he secured a takedown here, like I said before, don't be surprised to see a takedown from Unibot. But I think Unibot's kind of made a little bit of a read, and he's going to capitalize on what he knows now. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Unibot did a great job. Did about 5-6 transitional fakes before he snatched that double leg, locked them hands. But Ad Vader got the sweep, and this is where he really made a name for himself with his top game, did Ad Vader. But no, the ref's going to stand him up. No time for either fighter to work, man. Oof. Don't know how Ad Vader's going to feel about that one, man, especially securing that sweep. Dan Miragliotta not having it, though, standing him up right here. And it's back on the feet now. We've got to watch that body health of Unibot, man. Look at that double fake. He faked the jab straight and whiffed on both the uppercuts, but Ad Vader's fakes really, really working nicely for him in this fight.
X doesn't want to go to the ground. It seems like Unibot forced him into that situation, and then he got the lucky stand up by the referee. So this is working more to his benefit. He could attack the body like you were saying, and maybe he's going to these rounds like, I'm feeling comfortable with my striking game. I need to be Mr. High right now. Just stay patient. I don't need to go to the secret weapon of my ground game.
There
and
it is.
There we go. A leg kick.
Beautiful.
I think that Uni knows he needs to win the next 3 rounds, but I'm liking the fact he's mixing in these leg kicks. See, but the thing about these leg kicks, I think the reason why he's so hesitant was because he knew this was going to happen. He knew he could get side control and get dominated if he missed one. So it's a risky game, but I think it might be worth it. Just mixing up just a little bit, maybe 3 front kicks to the face. You know, just mix it up a little bit.
Oh, catch the kick, big right hand into the uppercut. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. Everything we were saying about how he was down 2 rounds, and Ad Vader stood up, man. Ad Vader had top position, wanted to get back to the feet. Look at that. Ducked under, no sway or roll through, just right into that, man. Oh, that's got to sting. Poor Ad Vader. I mean, well timed, good pressure, good job committing. And, you know, as soon as you finished that sentence, I was going to say, man, I'd love to see him throw some uppercuts, because there have been so many of those straight rights coming out over and over and over again for Ad Vader. For as much damage it was causing, it clearly, an uppercut was coming from Unibot. He was definitely making the read on that, and man, he was not afraid to throw it right there. And dude, getting the finish, the first rock. He only took one rock, bam, caught him with the uppercut, and that's it. It was over.
That is the move of death. We've seen title changes every single time when someone slips down and gets hit with that uppercut. X-Pry, XQXLV. That's happened to them so many times in main championship fights that move is just become the move of death. You can't do that in a close fight, especially when you're up 2-0. You were winning this fight, and that one little mistake just cost them everything. Huge blow.
Kingsley, I mean, what can we say? We said this before with Ad Vader's last championship fight. He fell in love with his striking again. I'm not trying to fire shots, as you'd say, or anything like that, but he's fallen in love with striking too much. We saw him have the top position and he got up from side control, and that's not what Ad Vader normally does. So I think he was just a bit too comfortable on the feet, and I do think he was doing, as I was saying before in the earlier rounds, he was just seeing what he had to offer, because Ad Vader has a sort of funky style. He kind of has different game plans for every single fight, which is good. But man,
it was a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation. Like he felt comfortable after the first round. After he didn't throw shoot a single takedown until like the final seconds of the second round, I was like, okay, you feel super comfortable about attacking the body and staying in the stand-up game, but that's not what got you here. You need to go to the ground game and just mix it up a little bit. Don't be afraid of getting taken down or anything, because you didn't fight. It one little mistake cost you because you wanted to stay to the stand-up game. So it's just really unfortunate. It was a great fight regardless. It's just I'm just like, I had it in my hands and I let it slip away because I went Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in that scenario.
I mean, like you said, he had the top position. There's absolutely no reason really to give that side control position. I mean, there is in dire situations if you're really not comfortable at all with being on the ground, but this is Ad Vader X, man. We've seen him dominate everybody he got on top of in top position. The only fights he's lost,
Right.
he's lost on the feet because he's been outstruck, or he's been capitalized on because he's whiffed it. He's never really lost a grappling exchange as far as I can remember. And you have top position, you're halfway through a round, like you can control, and if you give up position, that's fine. Maybe work your way back up. You're not in any immediate danger down there. Your stamina's not crazy low. You're not in danger of taking mass amounts of ground and pound. And he wanted it back on the feet. He obviously felt confident there, and back in the danger zone. And look, it's just all props to Unibot for capitalizing on that, being real patient the whole time, knowing that, as you can do with Jacare, he has the power, man. We see Jacare all the time with that right hook, that big right hand, just causing problems for everybody in Rocks, and he was landed there to start the whole sequence, and that's what got him the win. But yeah, it's been a great night of fights. I'm going to run some highlights for you guys. Thank you for joining us for ESFL 66. Any fight of the nights for you guys? How about you, Kingsley? Fight of the night,
I have
KO
to go
of
with
the night
Epic
as well. Sorry.
It's fine. Epic Scope versus Scope MMA is my fight of the night, and I think Drizzo with the knockout of the night, that front kick to the face of E. Gonzalez was amazing. That shocked me.
I have the exact same choice.
Wow, twins.
Yeah, man, that front kick was nasty. Drizzo set it up, but made him feel comfortable in the striking department, and then threw a front kick when he couldn't go into the body with no stamina. And that Scope MMA fight and Michael Akin going at it in the stand-up department, just completely winging at each other. So every fight tonight I've enjoyed thoroughly. That main event, props to those well in the main event. But yeah, it's been an extraordinary night of fights, to say the least.
Yeah, I gotta say, my fight of the night, there was some great fights tonight, but as we just seen on the replay there, I really like that Daniel Hooker T Ferg fight, man. That was back and forth.
That was really fun.
He turned that round in that third and final round, man. It was just a good fight, good matchup, and yeah, I think KO of the night, you got to give it to the main event. Obviously, I mean, you KO in,
Move of death.
Yeah, move of death. I mean, it's a nice easy strike, but the commitment to stay in there and sling in the pocket after the rock recovery's almost happened, and just catching. I mean, that's a veteran move. That's someone who knows the game inside and out right there. Just like, I'm gonna fire this uppercut, see what happens at the end of a 3-punch combination. If it lands, it's game over, and it was game over right there. So well played by the champion. That's why he's the champion. And Ad Vader X, man, getting that winning streak broken right there. But I'm sure he'll be back, as will the ESFL next weekend, when you can expect to see our Xbox champion defending his belt. And also in the near future, look forward to some other games appearing on the Esports Fight League. We are the Esports Fight League, so we do have some other games. We are trying to put together a Mortal Kombat 11 card for you guys, which will hopefully be a nice change of pace as well, and maybe some other games in the future. We all have our ears peeled to the ground right now for UFC 4 announcements. We know they are coming, so stay positive on that one. The devs have been quiet, no updates recently for the game, and just a fresh release and a fresh coat of paint in many ways for a new UFC game, I'm sure will rekindle a lot of enthusiasm, and it should be good, man. So look forward to updates. E3's coming up, man. Fingers crossed. EA press conference. Boy. We might see someone, we might not. Who knows? Maybe. I'm hoping for it. Anyway, it's all right. Right, Kingsley, thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. It was tons of fun. You guys are the lifeblood of the ESFL, and you guys put on amazing fight after amazing fight, and I just love commentating with you guys and just having so much fun. It was great. And
Big Stan as well, man. It's a pleasure to have a competitor as yourself in the booth giving inside analysis as well, man. Thank you.
No problem, man. It was a pleasure once again to be back in the booth with you guys. I love commentating, but obviously thank you to the competitors for putting on the show, but thank you mostly to the audience, because it wouldn't be what we are without you guys tuning in. So thank you very much. Thanks for having me back in the booth. It's a pleasure. For sure. And everybody, I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Have a good rest of your Sunday. If there's any Sunday for you left, have a good week as well. Next weekend, ESFL is back. Enjoy the last episode of Game of Thrones. I'm sure it'll be a shitstorm, but we'll see what happens. Everybody, take care. Have a good weekend and a good week. Look after yourselves. We'll be back next week with an Xbox card and a championship fight. Until then, have a good night.